May's You Know What Dude podcast on riotcast.com.
We're back. You Know What Dude podcast. Welcome to the show. Live viewers on YouTube, thank you for tuning in live. Thank you for watching on YouTube. We have a lot of listeners that seem to be checking out the YouTube page. Yeah. And, of course, you audio fucking files who download it. God bless you for doing that. We're back. We have a very special day. Last week they had a day without immigrants. Yeah. And today we have a day without Deepu. Our in-house immigrant.
We have an immigrant.
Yeah, we have one immigrant, and we couldn't actually let him have the day off because we don't know how to use any of the equipment here.
I need Deepu.
We need Deepu, so he's here, but it's a day without Deepu's voice. He can't talk on the show.
This is the best day ever.
Deepu, how you doing? Yes, it's
my favorite day.
I apologize that we couldn't let you take the whole day off.
No, I need you here. I'm sorry.
Well, I mean, look, you can be mad about that, but you don't have to be. Well, you know what? That's just fucking rude, man.
You should calm the fuck down.
Yeah, seriously, that's rude.
Yeah.
All right? Yeah, exactly. You should say sorry. Right. We have a day without Deepu. Well, just for the pre-show. We need him during the regular show. We have we have great guests on today. What's the first guest, Deepu? What's his name?
Okay, I'll take that over, Deepu. Okay, so we got
Myq Kaplan is on first, and then what's the next guest? Mike Cannon.
There you go.
I haven't seen him for a while. And who's the third guest?
Wendi Starling.
Wendi Starling. Yeah. I didn't get that first, but I guess it's Wendi. Yeah, it is Wendi. Yeah. Could be Wendi or Williams. Who knows? Wendi Starling. That's going to be a great show today. We have a couple guests coming in to sit in live. Yeah. I'm wearing my Oaks, my fucking Oaks. Shades Kelly's back.
Baby.
Yeah, exactly, Deepu. You love Shades Kelly.
Deepu just got a button.
Look at that. A little dick just popped out. Well, let's get into good fan, bad fan.
Yeah.
The thing that is actually making us, who some fans really love, and some fans really hate.
Do not like.
What are we going to do first? Good fan or bad fan first?
Let's do good fan first.
Let's do good fan first.
Okay.
Ready?
Comedy Jerk says.
You gotta wait for the fucking.
Sorry.
Time for some good fin, bad fin.
Well, I don't even fucking understand. What kind of animal was that? Fucking Christ. What? He's not even a good friend. Were you an Australian guy, with shit in your mouth? All right.
Okay.
To find out. All right, here we go. All right, so go ahead. Good fan first.
Great comedy podcast. Closest thing to tough crowd in podcast form. Very funny.
It is a true comic hang, Yes. I guess sometimes we do get shit for not talking,
But it's the way we roll. It's YKWD motherfucking D.
Yeah, and if you ever cut me off again while I'm about to go into a fucking rant, I swear to God. And your confidence, too.
I know.
Exactly. You know what? You're not going to throw acid on her face today, Deepu, so the answer is no. I have a bad fan. Are we ready for the bad fan? This is a bad fan. Ooh. This is just mean as shit. This fucking douche. Are you ready, Deepu? What?
Deepu,
God, you don't fucking...
You immigrant.
Oh, well, all right, settle down. All right, here we go. Ready? Bad fan. Okay. Bad fan. His name is Brandon Phillips. I somehow think this is Deepu. I skip most episodes lately. Well, I mean, look, dude. You're not really a fan. I mean, you have to be a fan of the show. Bad fan means you still listen to the show. I mean, you're not even listening based on the terrible guests. What the fuck? But listening to a recent show, something made me laugh.
Something.
I bet that this is coming across very passive-aggressive. Even guests complain about there being too many people on per show. It's hilarious. I don't know if you were, buckled over laughing. Hilarious to me is, I don't think it's hilarious. I think you're over-exaggerating. I think it was Paul Verzi and one other guy saying, there's 9 fucking people in here in this fucking tiny room you call studio. perplexing to me how comics still come on to listen to Bobby talk about his eating disorder and temper tantrums for 2 hours. I mean, all right, well, at the end, he has a good point. Yeah. So at the end, you actually came through. That might be a good fan, but slash, yeah, that's a tell. Love Lauren and Deepu with a peace sign. So he loves you, Lauren, and Deepu. He loves you.
Well, he's still a bad fan.
How do you feel about that? You love that. Bad fan, very bad fan. I suggest you go fuck your mother and stop listening entirely, you judgmental twat. Who would listen to something that they hate? I've never, if I hate something, I never go back. And
I always
never
go back.
But you do?
Like a bad boyfriend, I always go back.
Well, yeah, because that's the way you... Exactly.
Yeah.
I mean, she is a whore, right? That's the only problem. Okay, we got one more good fan. Let's do a
One
good
more
fan.
good fan. Great seeing Soder and Lewis back on. Also, just got to know, has Jim Norton ever done YKWD?
Jim Norton has done YKWD. He's done the live YKWD. 2 of them he's done. Which, he's the best. I love Jimmy. It's hard to get him on because, he works, he has shows in the morning and, but in the afternoon, he's usually doing his shit. So I definitely would love to have Jim back on, but he has been on live. The first time I had Bailey J on, check that. I think you have to be a premium member to get that episode. It's me, DeRosa, Bailey J, and her husband. The first time we all met, I introduced Bailey J to Jim Norton and the world of the O&A crowd. I saw her on YouTube, and then I hunted her down. That fucking creep. What a creep I am. I'm not even watching her porn. I'm just hunting her. I'm seeing her just walk around New York City with a lollipop in a backpack. Fucking pervert. And yeah, and then there's another one we did a live, I think our second live show it was me, Lewis, Dan, I think Joe, Scopo, and Jim Norton with Bailey J, and we had a blowjob contest. Who could suck dick better, Luis Gomez or Bailey J? And fucking Lewis sucked. We had a fake this still
the
the
black
right
one, yeah.
The brown one, actually.
Yeah.
Well, it's not black. To you, it's black. You racist. Fucking Jersey white trash. The black one, it's tan.
Brown
it's a
black.
Puerto Rican. It's a Puerto Rican penis. We and Lewis, really just gave great. Unbelievable head. The video's up there too.
He did that at the live show last year too.
He's unbelievable.
Right on stage.
So there you go. So check that out. All right, what else? Do we have another bad fan?
We do.
You want to end on a bad fan? Let's do it.
Sure. Uninformed comedians talking about politics is a waste of my money. From Hog. Can I get a refund?
Yeah. Just
Sure.
can't. Yeah, just cancel. What do you want to say? Yeah, you can have your $2 back. You fucking piece of
Hit
shit.
the road.
Look it, man. It's a tough time. It is. It's hard to listen to any politics now because everybody. You're going to hear somebody that you hate and you disagree with, and there's going to be somebody you agree with.
Right.
And then there's going to be people like me where you're like, what the fuck is he talking about? It's a hard time right now to talk about politics. I don't know. So, yeah, dude, you can get your money back.
Sure, here. Here's a
well, I'm not going to give it to him.
titty pic.
Well, I'm not going to, but, I'm sorry. What are you going to do, man? I'm sick of it. I'm fucking fed up with it.
Yeah.
I'm done looking at my Facebook feed and seeing this guy and that guy. The only guy that I like right now is, Tucker Carlson? Mm-hmm. He actually... And I know he's, right-leaning Fox. I get it. But he's bringing people on. I want to talk about it on the show today. Okay. There's an episode of him where this guy was claiming that he ran a company that hired protesters. They paid protesters to go to Trump rallies and disrupt things. And he paid them a lot of money. And Tucker Carlson had him on. And then he was the only news source that had this guy on. All the other news were just saying, oh, this guy does this, and didn't even vet the guy. Tucker Carlson did vet him, found out his name was fake, the company was fake, everything was fake. He made it all up, and he called them out live on air.
Wow.
And you see the guy just kind of by the end of the segment, he's like, yeah, you got me, but you're the only news company that actually bothered to do research before they had me on. Yeah. Everybody else just spread this like it was news. That's the problem. You know what the fuck is real
Facebook.
or what's fake. How do you like my glasses?
I gotta say, you're really turning me on today.
Really?
Yeah, I like them.
You know what? You're an asshole.
I love you.
What?
I love you.
Deepu, is that you?
I love you, Bobby.
Oh my God.
Wait, can we shades all the time?
Can we be Shades Kelly all the time? I'm gonna have to take these off because I'm getting.
Check out our Instagram because I just put up a sweet shades pic.
Shades. What's the Instagram?
YKWDUDE podcast.
And what's the YouTube page?
YKWD podcast. Check us out. If you want to be a premium member, make sure you download the Robert Kelly's YKWD You Know What Dude app. We
all have to check with Deepu. We're all looking at Deepu like just getting head nods. Yeah, yes.
Thank you, Deepu.
We're gonna have to bring you back, Deepu, soon because this podcast is gonna fucking fall
Download the
apart.
app. We have some great stuff. We have another Creeps with Kids coming up very soon. So check
Yeah.
out all the social media. We'll be posting about that.
Yep.
Twitter.
So, yeah, make sure you join. Like, become a premium member. You want to support the podcast if you like the podcast, and a lot of you do.
Yeah.
It's $1.99 a month. You just download the app for iOS or Android. You sign up right there, and it takes it right out of your phone or whatever the fuck it is, and it's as easy as that. You get all the back episodes. I think over 300 episodes.
Yeah.
All the ones with Joe DeRosa and me, and the beginning of Monster Voice and the Joe List and Gomez and to where we are today. And you get a bunch of videos up there. We have Creeps with Kids. The
Yankee
first
Swap.
one, we have the Yankee Swap. We have the Podfest, all that. Oh, they contacted me. They want us to do another one.
What, Podfest?
The Podfest. I never got back to them. Fuck, I'm a dickhead. Fuck.
It's all right.
Anyways, all right. So here we go. What else do we got, Deepu? Anything? That's it. We're done.
That sounds
We're
like
done.
a queef.
You'd know.
It would.
Queefs gross me out, by the way.
It's unpredictable. Sometimes they come. You just can't fight
Yeah, but is it from a smaller peepee
It's
or is it
from-
from a big penis?
It's from a big penis.
So a big penis will make you queef.
Yeah.
Oh, all right.
At
so
a certain angle, it's air just like flips up. It's got to come out.
throw up. I'm gonna. Exactly. It's disgusting. I'm so glad, Deepu, you never have to deal with queefs with your weird, sharp pencil dick that you have. Relax. It's not that bad.
Oh, come on, Deepu.
Fucking asshole. You don't have to cry about it. Are any of our guests here?
Yes, they are.
All right, let's bring them up.
So
Bring them up.
Deepu, we're done.
Yeah, Deepu, you're back on.
Hey, it's good to be
What's
back.
up, Deepu? Back. Thank you for
Okay.
coming back.
Thanks for letting me observe a day without Deepu.
Yeah, a day without Deepu. What are you doing? Hey. Oh, shit. All right, go ahead. Get that. My
I'm
dream.
always so happy for you when Lauren goes below the desk to grab something because I'm like, maybe she'll throw you a field.
I'm really a fucking idiot. I should have just made her like that. Should have been like, look, if you're gonna be part of the show,
have to be under the table.
you have to do
It's too long,
weird
too
shit to my
far
pee-pee
now.
in the studio after everybody leaves.
There's
But
still
I'm-
time.
No,
I
there's
would
not.
have done Deepu, but
It's all over.
sailed.
It's fucking over. It's all over.
be
I've
over.
gained too much weight since that. Oh, I don't want to mention weight because we'll lose another fuck yourself. All right. Yeah, we got a great show today.
So there's a couple things I wanted to bring up
What's
when
up?
the guests get here.
Yes.
So if you want, we could talk about the Milo thing, the Milo versus Bill Maher.
Yeah, we could talk about that. But we can also talk about what happened to Milo today, which was
What happened to
really
Milo?
interesting.
I missed that.
He was supposed to speak, I believe, I forget, for the Republican Party somewhere. This big, it was pretty respectable. And a lot of people didn't want him to speak. Even on the right didn't want him to speak because, he's...
Disinvited from CPAC.
Yeah, CPAC. He was supposed to speak at CPAC, which is a huge event. And someone released audio or video of him talking about pedophilia or joking about pedophilia.
Well, from Bill Maher. He did that on Bill Maher, too.
He did.
Yeah. Talked about it very disrespectfully, I guess. Kind of just nonchalantly. Yeah, people fuck kids. Who cares? They're crazy. So are transgender people. They're crazy, too. So...
Oh, I didn't even catch that. Really?
Yeah. He made himself... He had a bad showing on Bill Maher. So I think...
well, we could talk about that. I would like to talk about that. What else?
Also, there's a guy who he got a lot of shit for doing a joke, basically, on the internet. He lost an endorsement from Disney. He lost an endorsement from YouTube. So when
Wow.
when everyone gets here, I want to play that clip that
Okay.
he did
That sounds great.
and see if it warrants the treatment he got.
Okay, great.
Should be interesting.
What else?
I also have some things queued up. The end of the circus is over. Officially, you can never take your son to the circus.
There I can.
Or Barnum and Bailey, at least.
Yeah, there's plenty of other circuses. It's just not a 3-ring circus
I suppose that's
like Barnum and Bailey, which is not. I don't think it's that bad of a thing.
The circus ending.
And a 3-ring circus. Anybody's ever talked to about a 3-ring circus has said it was it sucked.
Yeah.
Because you didn't know where to look. There was 3 things going on at the same time, and it's like, what the fuck am I doing? So, I mean, Barnum and Bailey. Yeah, I guess it's. I guess it's historic, but it's, all right. So we'll talk about that. Hey guys.
Hey,
How you doing?
Great, how are you?
I'm good. What's up? Are you all right, man?
No.
What's happening? Can somebody help this? Are you putting a bomb together? What the fuck are you doing?
The headphones are trapped around. They're tied around.
Oh shit! Let
the
them
chair.
help you. Let them help you.
I thought I could do.
No,
one
you're
thing.
a guest. You do it. You sit down. Relax.
Thank you.
I don't want you panicking.
I'm fine.
All right, I know, but it makes me. I have anxiety when I see shit like that. Mike, what's up, buddy?
How you doing, dude?
Good, buddy. I saw your bum on the internet somewhere.
Yeah.
You got a nice rump, kid.
Thanks, man.
Yeah. Did you put any filters on that, or was it just pure rump?
I filtered.
Oh, you filtered your ass?
Yeah, there are a few pops.
That's funny. Are we good?
Yeah.
Awesome. All right, let's sit down, everybody. Mike, you're over here. Let's introduce everybody. I think we're missing somebody who had a peepees.
Yeah. All right. Well, the first guest we have today here is Myq Kaplan.
Hey, how you doing? The return of Shades Kelly.
Shades Kelly, yes.
Love it. Yeah.
You fucking know.
I know, man.
Shades Kelly's back. I gotta take these off. I forgot I had them on. Yeah, go ahead. Sure, help yourself, sweetie. Sweetie,
This is amazing. I haven't been up here in a while.
you were here back when it was just the corner.
Yeah, dude. This is like a fucking space station.
Yeah,
This
it's
is amazing.
it's a nice studio now.
Yeah.
Well, some fans think it's terrible, but
Who?
We-
Ones without imagination? This is like a fantasy land. This
no, I'm
is
just
incredible.
busting balls. All right, let's go through the guests.
We also are joined by Wendi Starling.
Hi.
Wendi Starling, how you doing? Welcome
Great,
to the
how are you?
show.
Thank you. Thanks for having me.
You've never been on.
No.
Yeah, this shit. Where you from?
Long Beach, California.
Oh, no shit. And are you here now? Have you been here for a long time?
Yeah, it'll be 2 years next month.
Oh, so it's not that long, but all right, but it's long enough. And then, of course, we have what's up,
We are also joined by Myq Kaplan today.
Mike. What's up, buddy?
Hello. Thanks for having me.
You've never been on.
I think I was once.
When?
Yesterday. And it was a few years ago. You do a lot of shows.
A long time. You must have
Yeah.
been over here too.
Yeah, it was definitely pre this.
Pre this.
Yes. Eliminate all those old memories.
My
Here we
wife does
are.
that when I'm naked.
Ha.
I just want to fuck you pre this, and then she holds my stomach.
I like it.
It's fucking awful. Well, welcome back,
Thank you
dude.
so much.
How you doing?
I'm great. I just got back from some shows in North Carolina this weekend. I had a real good time.
What club?
I was doing a bunch of different rooms. Durham, the Motor Co. is a cool place, and then the Idiot Box in Greensboro, and a place called the Southern in Asheville.
It's funny that a lot of comics are doing that now. Before, you would just have to go to that club in that town.
Oh yeah,
And play. That's how you do the road. But now you could go and just play a bunch of little spots
yes.
and make some money and play all over instead of playing one room for the whole weekend.
Absolutely, it's great. You just go and you do you book. You spend a lot of time doing more things, and then you get the same amount of money. It's great.
It's pretty. I actually on the tour I did, we did that.
Yeah, no, it is really fun to do a different place every night.
It
I
does sound
picked
like a
up on
robot
that.
spitting out an itinerary, though. That's hilarious. You
Yeah.
get to fit more things in your day.
You are a little. I mean, you're a very interesting fellow.
I agree with you. Thank you, Bobby. I'm different than other people. Everyone else is the same, and I am.
Well, I mean, look, you're very different. You stick out.
I hear what you're saying. I'm not arguing with you. It sounds like I might be sarcastic, but I'm genuine and sincere and appreciate it.
Yeah, it really is. I remember the first time I met you, I was like, "You're that guy. Does this guy like me or not?"
I like everybody. I definitely do.
But I don't. I remember the first time we talked. You were down at this Comedy Cellar table.
Yes.
I was like, Is this guy a dick? Like, or is it? Am I a dick? Did I say something? Or what is it? Why is this guy?
I understand. Do you know, I was reading something recently about how I think when people see different people or things, it goes back to, it's threatening in cave person times.
Yeah.
If you see something like, I don't know what this is. Is it going to murder me? Is it poisonous? Is it a wild thing?
I did have a thought of hitting you over the head with something.
I understand. I'm very threatening.
Like,
you
Just to
gotta,
assert dominance.
No, just
immediately.
my alpha was like, hit him. He will take away your food and family.
There is something threatening about like intelligence, though. Like I'm immediately on my heels around somebody that I think could make me feel like an idiot.
Oh, I'm on my heels around
Which
everybody.
is like, yeah, that's
Yeah,
like
all the
90%
time.
of the population.
Well, I just react caveman brain. I just start smashing shit.
Well,
I'm
I'm
confused.
smart in things that you don't need to be smart in. Do you know what I mean? Like
I do, yeah.
What are you smartest at?
Well, I know secret codes for video games. I know I can figure shit out. I can build anything. I can do all manual shit. I can do all that guy stuff. And I can, but like when it comes to like math or grammar or speaking or words or math, I can't like that shit. I have to really become an ear in those conversations. That's right. I say that's right. Like I actually understand it, but I don't.
Well,
Yeah,
that's
me
smart.
and Stavros, we have a list of words that he's not allowed to use on the road with me. Because we'd be sitting there and he'd just say something and be like, really, dude? Like, I have to fake through that word, whatever the fuck it was.
You can't even come up with any of them because
can't.
you don't know them.
Exactly.
Well, he just probably throws
reference
out
point.
Greek words to be an asshole.
No, it's not there. Because, look, at Dummy, even though he looks like he's stupid as shit, he's
smart.
He's a
He's real
very
smart.
smart
He's
kid.
just using superfluous vocabulary.
Exactly. That word is not allowed on my show.
Vocabulary means a list of words.
So,
that,
well, that word, vocabulary is not really. Write that down, please.
I saw Stav the other night, and he was like exasperated. I was asking him how he was doing with you on the road, and he's like, sometimes we just fall off real deep. I'm like, Jesus Christ, dude, you look like you're back from battle.
Well, we try to eat, but it's hard,
Yeah.
Yeah, it's hard. Like we just did a casino together, and it was great. Oklahoma, I love these casinos. I used to fear getting a casino gig because you think it's just going to be old people who are at slot machines. Not anymore. These casinos, these little reservation casinos, like on a little, nothing too crazy, not like
Right.
Foxwoods or Vegas or even Atlantic City. Smaller than that. These great little spots, and they have little venues, and they pay great money. You go in, and your fans come. What club in Oklahoma the fuck am I going to?
Right.
It was almost sold out, packed house. They fly you in, great money, but they feed you like they took us for a steak dinner an hour before the gig.
Yes.
So me and Stavros are just steak. We got 2 ribeyes, cowboy ribeyes, and we just ate and ate and ate. And I was on stage. I was writing my notes backstage, sweating like I had fucking meat sweats. And he came off and he saw me. He goes, "Are you okay?" And I'm like, "I don't think so. Like I shouldn't have ate." Like, and I was on stage and I couldn't even move.
Did you have to bring it up? Like, were you just burping au jus?
It was bad.
I like
But,
how this story started. You're like, I love this casino gig. You're like, and now you're like, I'm dead.
I almost did die.
That's even at the Lake Tahoe. A lot of the casinos, they give you vouchers. And when I was at the Tahoe Improv the last time, I did the same thing because
Yeah.
you have vouchers. But a
Yeah,
lot of the
vouchers, yeah.
restaurants will close at 8 or 9 o'clock at night, and the show's at 9 o'clock. So you either go binge eat $75 worth of deep fried something, or I would get it and put it in my hotel room with no fridge and just eat spoiled food after the show.
I love that band, Deep Fried Something. Their Breakfast at Tiffany's song was really great. Does that work?
Yeah, me and Stavros. We always want to have an argument because he's so left.
Yeah.
And I'm a little right, moderate, down the middle. I'm a little both, but I really love kicking his buttons off because I'll just say something stupid, be like, "Women, what the fuck? What do they need?" Well, yeah, but really, you know what I mean? And he just goes off. He really
Was it good?
He catches himself though. Now he catches himself.
I'm like still stuck on the buffet thing because it was like a good steak dinner and stuff. Because I don't know, I do shitty. I did Mohegan Sun in the Poconos recently.
Oh, really?
And so they give you the voucher to the Timber buffet, and each and every time I've eaten there, I've like just had explosive diarrhea for the rest of the
Yeah.
You have to be careful at a buffet,
Yeah.
any buffet. You
Even
have
with
to be
salad
careful.
though, I'm literally eating the salad. And
Yeah,
getting
you
sick.
still have to be careful because it's just a buffet at a casino isn't
Right.
It's not there's millions of fucking pounds of shrimp being eaten by a bunch of fat people.
Oh, my God.
All day, 24 hours a day. There's just shrimp.
You just see these packs
Yeah.
of fucking fat sludge piling muscles onto
There's a
their
lot
plate.
of-
Like, there's no possible way your body processes that. In
I
any
had
type
said
of way.
at Starbucks at one point, I was like, "Where the best looking people in this casino. And I was like, this will never happen again. This is a very rare moment. And then he tweeted it and he got like 900 fucking likes. I was like, that's my fucking tweet. That's my tweet, you fucking. He's like,
He's better with words, you know.
He is. I was less wordy. I went on and on about it. But so anyways, yeah, the casinos are great. I really do like playing those. But I like what you do too. I love that. We're not beholden to that club where you have to get in middle and then headline and hope your agent fucking blah blah blah. And
Absolutely, and I really like great use of beholden. Look at what you're doing. You're learning.
See? Yes. I was very nervous saying it.
I could tell you were sweating, and I'm like, did he just eat steak, or was that a new word?
I would also like to say that I do think that women need as well. So I don't know if I'm on Stavros' side.
Well, I didn't want to finish that statement.
That was such incredible recall. Holy shit.
I let you fill in the blanks of what they need.
I have a pretty good memory from a few minutes ago.
We've already established that you're a
Slate
robot.
wiped clean.
Take that cup out of his hand, whatever's in there. It's feeding him more.
Oil.
So anyways, yeah, the tour we did, we actually did comedy clubs on weekends, and then we did one-nighters during the week. And some of them, like one of them was that we did 3 nights in, where the fuck was it? Michigan.
Okay.
One of them, and each club got better and better and better, or bigger and bigger. But the first night was in just a fucking rock bar where there was just a homeless guy sitting there yelling shit out, and they wouldn't. He's a residence homeless guy.
Oh my
they weren't
God.
kicking him out, like he was just there, so you had to deal with it. And the next night was a better rock club.
Guy with a home who was yelling at you. Do you understand my joke?
I did get it.
Thank you.
You don't have to blame it on us all the time. Some of them will stay.
Appreciate it.
Take that and compute it, fix it.
I am a guy with a home. It wasn't the best. You got me. I know how to learn.
Ooh, home full. That would have worked. Right?
yeah.
That's the opposite of less. Thank you.
Where are you from, man? Where are you from originally?
I grew up in New Jersey.
Oh, no shit.
Yeah.
Why do I think you're from somewhere else?
I started out in Boston.
Where in Boston?
At the Comedy Studio, and then everywhere in there, you know, like the Comedy Connection and Nick's.
Tell
and...
people what the Comedy Studio is, because a lot of people know Nick's and they know Dick Doherty's.
Sure. Oh, yeah.
But the Comedy Studio is, who started that?
Rick Jenkins is the guy who's been there for 20 years. He owns it. He runs it. He hosts most of the shows.
And where is it?
It's across from Harvard. It's in Harvard Square, above the Hong Kong Chinese restaurant.
Right.
And it's been there over 20 years now. They do shows like almost every night of the week. And it's like Eugene Merman started out there. It was sort of like the alt club, you know, when it was like there'd be people, Conan would come and do, you know, like auditions there, and a lot of people like Brian Kiley started out there, and
Right.
Brendan Small, and like the very first show I was on
All
there.
comics nobody knows. They never made it.
The first time I performed, I went on after Jonathan Katz, and like Louis was on the show, and it was just like, you know, in the early 2000s.
Well, now, was that before Catch a Rising Star used to be in Harvard Square?
Yes, that was after.
It was after.
No, I
Okay,
was
so it was
never
probably
there.
replaced. This club probably replaced Catch a Rising Star.
Yeah.
Because Catch was an all club. When I started, me and Dane and this Aldo Benny, we used to go to Catch, and it was Mark Maron, David Cross Comedy.
Yeah.
And it was the alt club, and they treated you like shit too. If you weren't alty, you know. I remember that was my first show ever. Catch a Rising Star. You signed your name on the wall, and then you had a show 6 months later. So we had 6 months to wait for this spot, and I brought my whole Irish Catholic family, and there was like 15 of them, and they were laughing at me. He actually, like, before the show, I was like over there, they were all laughing and being loud. And there was like 3 other fans there. That's it. It was like a Tuesday shit show. I brought the crowd.
Right.
And the owner walked up to me and he goes, "Listen, tell your family to keep it down."
This is an alt club. We do not appreciate punchlines,
We snap.
laughter,
We snap here.
callbacks.
And I was terrible. I was terrible. They had no business laughing
Long
at me.
curly tendrils.
No, short side, curly on top.
Okay.
But what's up, guys? How you doing? And now you guys have been here before. What's happening, man? What's
Yeah, it was the
happening?
kinky couple from
Yeah,
like 3 months back.
Yeah, the kinky
If they're a
couple.
Ooh.
I forget.
Easy. We'll get into it. Yeah, don't get me round up. We're talking about this right now. I don't want to fucking go down my dirty side really quick.
I'm like, I'll go over and talk to them.
No, you stay right there because I have to talk to you. I did a little research on you too.
Hey, ho.
That's actually part of it.
Hey, ho. Yeah.
Hey, who's quick now? But yeah, it was, but it wound up closing. I actually went back there. I had a bad experience. The guy, when I came off, the host, he said, give it up in front of my family. It was just the crowd. Give it up for Robert Kelly. People are so different from me. And I was like, "What? I have it on. If I could find this tape,
Oh my God, you have to find it.
I had this tape, and when I used to pick up headliners, I would play it for them in my car. I would time it perfectly, though. It wasn't the first night, wasn't the second, but definitely like around the last. When I'm, hey man, hey, check this out. Now you just stick it in. Hey, can you listen to this for a second? It was a 5-minute set. It was terrible, and one of the jokes was a visual.
Like in what way? An act out, or you had a picture board?
Were you playing it in hopes of future work, or this was like to make fun of it?
I think I wanted somebody to say I was good. I just wanted somebody to say that I was doing the right thing because
These are people that you were working with all weekend, though, as well.
It was the headliner, yeah. And I would pick them up, and I'd have to just pick them up. A lot of times, I remember picking Gilbert Gottfried up and just driving him to the gig. I didn't get stage time. I mean, that one time they would be like, "Oh, you can introduce the show," and that's it.
I see.
I didn't give a fuck. I would always, whatever it took to get into the main clubs, I would do. And I just wanted somebody. I took my acting teacher out, and I took him for dinner once, and I was just like, "Do you think I got it?"
Bobby, you do got it.
Bobby, I love you.
But I just wanted him to go, "You got it, kid." And he was like, "I don't know," and he was just ate his food and left.
Can I ask you? You've been doing comedy like 20-something years now.
Yes, sir.
Do you know at what point you felt like you didn't need somebody else to tell you that you got it? That you knew that you yourself that you did?
I think that's a good question. I think last Tuesday.
Fair. That's the kind of joke I'm talking about by this guy who's got it.
Did you like the pause?
Yeah. I was like, he's really thinking about it.
Yeah. I mean, look. I mean, you're never really.
No, of course.
You never really know. I mean, you're always looking at somebody else going, fuck. Like, I look at Louis and go, what the fuck? Why does he have to exist? I felt like I was almost somebody, and then, Burr just took it to some level, and you're like,
Right.
where the fuck did he come from? I remember when he was doing Tim Burr jokes, Louis was doing dolphin, whatever the fuck it was. And all of a sudden, they're prolific fucking philosophers of dick jokes. And
Let's kill them.
Yeah,
I'm gonna take their spots. Let's do it.
That's so funny. Anytime the comics are traveling together on like Learjets, I'm like, oh, come on. Come on, God.
Can I offer the next level that you can take it to is I think these impressions of what they used to be like, look at you guys all revered for everything. This is who you used to be. Like just take down sort of like, what is it? Kathy Griffin style, just stories of the past.
I love that you just keep going when
Thank
you realize.
No. I'm going to get there eventually.
Take that. Put that on
you.
your
Appreciate it.
You just wanted it. You wanted that. That's
I'm cold.
wow. That was like a robot just fucking going off the rails.
I know, that's like he's tricking us. He's talking. He's pretending he has body temperature, so we don't know. Fucking guns for hands.
Just want to make it clear, guys. I am a human being. I do have feelings. You're not hurting them, but I do have them.
Someone in chat wants to know who eats more on the road at these casinos, you or Stavros?
This is why he bugs me. Because we go to a hamburger place. This hamburger place, been there for 70 years, right? We go there, whatever it's called, Burnett's or whatever, and we order food. I order a large fry because I'm off the rails. If I'm off, I'm off.
Yeah.
I'm not pretending to be. He orders a small fry. I go large. He goes, before he orders his small, he goes, do you want to split that? I go, no, get your own fucking fry. I'm off the rails.
Right.
I'm not half trying. If I'm eating the fries, I'm eating the fucking fries. And then, so he got a small fry to kind of say, I'm controlling myself. And then, we're sitting there eating. He ate all his fries. He had 2 bites left of his hamburger. He goes, do you mind if I take a couple fries? Because I I ran out. I go, no, you can't have any fuck face. You should have got your large fry. I got my large fry because I know how to eat.
Yeah.
You tried to fucking make me feel like a fat fuck. Now you're the fat fuck who has to eat his hamburger and not have the sweet taste of a couple fries towards the end.
I've had this entire interaction with my wife.
Yeah.
The exact same thing.
I've had it too.
Yeah, I'm like, no, I ordered this because
With
I'm
your
hungry
wife.
enough to buy.
I'm sorry.
You guys are heroes. I like it.
Yeah. He pretends. Look, I think it said he's trying, and I'm not when we're saying fuck it. But
Right.
whatever.
You know yourself, and he doesn't know himself. He wants to be better, but you know you're not better.
Well, that's like Big J. Big J pretends to eat. Like, I don't like. Do you want to get food? Oh, I'm not hungry. How did you get this way? I've asked you what you want to eat 3 times today. You said no. I'm not. Dude, what fucking? Do you have a pillowcase full of fucking treats? You fat fuck.
That's why I love Yamanika. I went out to dinner with her the day before Valentine's Day, and we were just at TGI Fridays, her choice.
Yeah.
And they thought we were married, so they asked us if we wanted ice cream before we had gone. We had already settled the bill, and I'm like, I don't know. And she's like, abso-fucking-lutely, we
Yeah.
want ice cream. She's like, bring it here right now. They brought 1 plate, and we just ate out of it like 2 lovers.
Yeah.
It was
Me
lovely.
and Stavros, we have rules though. I have rules on the road with him because he's such a fat fuck. You cannot eat the last one. You have to ask. Because if we got dumplings one time and he just ate through them. And I'm like, what the fuck did you do? He goes, I just thought you were. I go, how the fuck?
I thought it was a race.
How do you know? I'm like, you ate. I go, if there's one left, you have to ask. That's the fucking rule.
Can I ask? Because I had a girlfriend who we would not split things. You know, we'd get things, and I'd just eat the most.
Girlfriend?
Yes, I did have a girlfriend.
Okay,
I
was kidding.
Oh, is it a joke about sexuality?
No.
Okay.
It's a joke about you having a girlfriend.
A joke about. Oh, I understand. I'm polyamorous. I have sex all the time.
Polyamorous. Write that down.
Fair enough. But like I would eat too much.
Yes.
And she would be like, hey, I was supposed to have like half of that. And so after that, I would always like split things exactly with everybody. And most people don't care. Most people are like, we eat whatever, and it's fine. But like now if like I'm eating with a person and there's like 7 dumplings, we're like, oh, we'll each eat 3 dumplings. And then we'll decide at the end if we're going to split it or who wants it more or whatever. Like, so do you guys not like initially when you see a discrete number of things be like, you get this many, I get this many?
No, he just eats like we're the other day and there's melon on the table. He got fruit for us. So we're eating and I was talking to somebody and he just ate through the fruit and there was no melon left. There was a piece of pineapple. And I'm like, dude, you ate all the fucking melon. He goes, I didn't think you were eating it. Do I have to eat at your pace? Do I have to go toe to toe with you through the whole meal?
We are all different. I mean, pineapple's the best. I hate
I
the
know.
melon.
I was gonna say, I'm eating up all the melon. The second you stop shoveling food in your mouth, it's like you're done.
Bobby, bring me on the road. I'll eat all the pineapple. You eat all the melon. I'll help you with your words. You'll help me with manual things.
Yeah.
We'll be a great team.
That's good. Help you learn how to box.
Yeah, please. I've been taking Tai Chi. So
Sounds like a reality show.
Oh, yeah.
We come off the road. I know shit.
I don't get beat up. Yeah.
You know how to blow yourself in a shower?
Oh. See, you know shit. Yeah.
I do know shit. I did try to. Anyways, so let's go back to this. I do want to talk about this comedy. What's it called again?
The Comedy Studio.
Comedy Studio.
Oh, yeah.
Which is really a breeding ground for I think the comics after my generation. Because Nick's was gone, a lot of the clubs closed. You had the Comedy Connection was pretty much headliners all weekend. There was no Dick's was here and there.
Oh yeah,
there was no place to go, and that studio is where a lot of comics went and got their chops.
Oh yeah, I mean, I started out. That was the place that booked me first, and then they would only book you like maybe once every like few months or something in the beginning. So I did also have to go. I went to open mics at Dick Doherty's every week. There's like a 2-person bringer at first, and then you work the door there, and then they'll give you time as well.
Yeah.
And eventually, when you're okay, then you can get booked on showcases and things. But yeah, the studio was like my home, and still I love going there.
And the greatest part is there's a Chinese restaurant downstairs.
Oh yes,
How great is that?
They'll bring food up to the upstairs too.
Now, do you get a discount on the food?
Oh no, nothing like that.
Oh, right. Chinese people don't fuck around.
Not a bit.
Now, you got your big break with Last Comic Standing?
Yeah, that was the biggest thing.
That's what people were like, oh wait, who's this guy? And you started popping around.
Yeah, most people, if they're like fans, like they're like, I've seen. That was the first place that a lot of people saw.
Now, where did you get that? Out of Boston or New York?
I moved to New York in 2008 and did that in 2010.
So it was the first year, for second year,
pretty much. Yeah.
That's crazy. Was that epic for you to pop off that quick and coming to New York?
I just got like live at Gotham in 2008, so that was like the first thing that people didn't watch, but was a thing that you moved to New York, you're like, hey, I'm a guy who has a credit that everybody has that here. Okay, great. I'm like, hey, I'm special more than it's a different pond. Great. But yeah, then I started I was in some New York's Funniest competition at Caroline's, and I think I won a few competitions in 2009. So it was sort of gradually everything was going okay, and I had a college booking agent, and that was the first year that I didn't have to work any other jobs as well, 2008, 2009. So it seemed like it was. I mean, not like I deserved it or was I had it coming or whatever, but it was super nice. I was very thrilled.
That was the year I started, and you were that dude. I remember I was doing the door at Broadway, and whenever Myq would come through, it was such a fucking huge deal for me to see somebody that was on TV and that solid in front of some of the dumbest human beings just gathered together in a basement, and he was still making his material work.
That club?
Oh yeah. I mean, it's just an amalgamation of every different type of person that doesn't even necessarily know what comedy is.
Right.
And
Amalgamation.
Yeah.
I know what that one is.
Well, for me, that's for me.
Oh, okay.
No, and
I really don't know what the I mean, I can piece it together.
I can infer the meaning.
Infer. Put that one down.
Piecing it together is what an amalgamation is. You just did it.
Thank you.
I haven't spelled not one of these words correctly. It's just gibberish on this paper.
Gibberish. Write that one down.
Yeah. How about joke? It's a joke. Write that one down, asshole. I don't really write
I
them.
can't spell.
She's really writing him down like we're going to... anyways.
Thank you, Myq. That's nice of you to say.
Yeah, of course, man. It was just cool because at that time, especially, that crowd there was pretty tough.
Well, it's funny with you too, because when you first came on my show, you were a new guy. I
Brand
mean,
new, yeah.
What were you doing? You were
I
doing...
gave you a fleshlight because I did a bit.
That's what it is.
About the fleshlight, and they just sent me,
We
they
still
just
have
sent
it.
me a bunch of boxes of these rubber pussies. So I was just leveraging myself to get onto podcasts.
Yeah, it was the weirdest thing ever. He got on my show by giving me a fleshlight, but I really wanted it, and I fucked it. I fucked that one.
Yeah,
And it's the worst thing I've ever done. While I was doing it, I felt like such an animal.
Yeah.
And then I have it in my act now. It's how they didn't think it through, because you fuck it and you cum in it, and now I'm just holding a cup of cum that I have to clean.
Yep.
And it's I don't even and when you pull it out, it's literally ripping a real vagina out of a human. It sounds like just...
Dude, I used to put it over the faucet to make sure it cleaned all the way.
What
do
the
poor,
fuck?
Oh, poor guys have to hold a cup of their own cum, and that's what it feels like to be a woman every goddamn day.
Try wiping it off your
My
face.
body is like
You just have an attached bucket of cum.
Yeah, it's disgusting. Yeah, exactly. That's every day of my fucking life.
Yeah, but at least it's always pouring out.
Why every
If
day,
I'm-
you
if I'm-
whore?
if I'm lucky.
What are
If
you
I'm
doing?
lucky.
How much stage time do you need?
The point is, last comic standing was my big break. Yes.
All right, real quick, I want to get to you, Myq. Yeah, introduce our guests right here. You guys got a mic over. They know how to do it.
Yeah.
What's up, guys?
What's going on?
How you doing?
I'm good. How are you?
How you doing? Okay, yep. Microphone to her mouth too. Yeah, the cup. Is the cup? You guys doing any crazy stuff in New York?
We live here.
Yeah, but are you doing any crazy stuff?
Like, what do you mean?
I know, sexually.
He's fishing for
Do you
something.
want us to tell you later about it?
Yeah, tell
I
me.
thought that was an offer for live during the show.
Send me a video.
All right.
You never want to see a video. Anytime you want to see a video, then you see a video, the lighting's always off and it looks weird. You know what I mean? You forget that porn has a lot of production in it.
Yeah.
There's a lot of lighting and makeup, and then you have a girl send you hey, send me a video. And then they do, and it's like, what the fuck? What is this? You have a pimple and you're right between your asshole. There's a pimple. You can't see that? Well, thanks for coming back in, guys.
Anytime.
You got it, man. All right, you guys are weirding me out. Just put the mic down.
Yeah, thanks for just being creepy but not giving any cool sex stories. Like, here we go. And they're like, we're doing stuff. Go back to your Jesus Christ. This is very uncomfortable. I
It's
like
very
that.
uncomfortable. So you coming on, you gave me this fleshlight, and then now you're popping off now.
I'm doing all right. Yeah.
You
things
got
are-
you got a TV show?
I mean, I'm doing TV appearances and stuff like that.
Like
but,
what? What's going on?
I mean, I've been on Red Eye a bunch this year. I'm filming something for True tomorrow.
Oh, that's great.
I have an Axis tape coming out on.
Are you
in
writing for
March.
somebody too?
No. No, I mean, I wrote for Guy Code a couple of years ago.
How do you write for Guy
Hey,
Code?
best part of that show is the goddamn precision writing.
Really?
What's the favorite thing that you ever wrote for it?
Yeah, something probably about poo or masturbation, I would assume.
Ooh, what about put them together?
I'm pretty sure we did.
Do you ever jizz in poo? And that's how you get D-poo. Sorry.
That was good word stuff, Bobby.
Thank you.
It's already working.
It is where you're rubbing off. And you,
Yes.
Missy, I listen to your act. I mean, you have a fucking crazy life.
Yeah.
And a crazy shirt.
Oh, thank you.
What is that?
In that order?
Did you make that?
No, some guy was selling this in Soho. He paints them, and then
Right.
he had a T-shirt stand on the side of the street. And I was drunk, and it was $20, and I got it, and I love it.
It is pretty cool. It's a mouth, right? Mm-hmm. Okay.
Oh yeah.
I hope. So what's up with you? You got a lot of, I listened to your act. I listened to 2 sets that you did.
Oh, God.
One, well, I'm going to say this. Can you mind me saying this?
Go for it.
Well, one was and I hope it was you. I hope they were both you. One was you. It was jokes. It was good jokes. You were killing. It was funny stuff. But then there's another set where you talk about being gang raped at your friend's wedding.
Right, and that's when it gets real funny.
Is that when you met?
Well,
That's the one that you hope was her.
Right.
well, because if I,
Because I jerked off to it 4 times before you came in today, so I really hope it was you.
no, it's just I don't.
Oh, yeah.
no, that's not me, and that's some other girl that I really wanted on the show. No, but when you start talking about that, I'm like, I love that because it's like, oh, this better be good because
Yeah.
if this is not funny, this is going to be uncomfortable for everybody.
Yeah.
But it's something tragic happened. The one thing, I mean, I don't know if it's not on the joke or you don't get to it, it's at your friend's wedding
Yeah.
and something fucking happened and you don't get into the details of it, but you make somehow, this is why I love comedy, how it's healing and it actually brings people together and you take something so fucking nuts, so fucked up.
Yeah.
And you talk about it in front of a crowd that has been hearing jokes all night, and all of a sudden you bring this up, and you're like, yeah, and it worked.
Yeah.
People were laughing, women were laughing, guys were laughing, everybody was laughing. I was uncomfortable when I first heard it, but then I was like, what the fuck? And then you made it work.
Yeah.
I mean, how did you go from, because there were 2 different sets and it was almost like 2 different people too.
Yeah.
One was a joke, comic doing stand up.
Right.
One was somebody telling stories about their life.
Well, the first, I think the one you probably, because they only have a few things on the internet, and the one was like, it's just an MC set. So it's
Okay.
kind of stuff, if you're doing 10 minutes at the top of a show, I'm not going to open a show where I've got 2 comics coming up after me with just like with rape stuff, and then I have a quick closer. It's call back to the opening, so. But then
Let's give it up.
Why not? Okay.
Give it up
you
for
have
Lenny
those.
Marcus, everybody.
I know what you're thinking.
But so it's just fun.
I was one of the gang rapists.
But you just have to do like, speaking of the 2 guys who raped me, we got your feature and your headliner coming up next. I'm getting 2 free dinners tonight.
Give it up for Jim Norton and Rick Voss.
And then he got traded to the Knicks.
So
I don't know. It's just something that I started talking about on Twitter when the hashtag Yes All Women came out, and I'd never talked about it. And it happened for 6 years after it happened.
Yeah.
And then with all my comedy, the stuff that became jokes, a lot of it all comes from real life. And so I was like, let me see if I can maybe work this out.
Right, yeah.
And when I started to talk about it naturally to my friend on the phone, I think we all have this, your defense mechanism when something's really uncomfortable is you pump the brakes with a punchline or you relieve the pressure because that's the only way to talk about something like that. And so I just was like, let me try this at Myq. So I just took it to every open mic in LA and would just go up, and it started to work kind of naturally. And then from there, listening to tapes and then breaking down. It was interesting to do. I've done it in like a 45-minute set. I did it for a while. It's very cool, and I'm going to start taking it to colleges, but I had to stop doing it for about 6 months.
why?
Because it's not fun to talk about. The jokes are funny, but it's not like.
Yeah, is there a support group for the first people that heard that joke before it was worked out? They're just shivering now.
At open mics, obviously, that's sort of like the natural environment of the rape jokes. So that's like a perfect, like New York or LA, just like all comedians that are telling rape jokes, and you're like, here's actually a thing, and they're like, oh, maybe it stopped. Maybe it got a lot of people to stop telling their shitty ones.
Yeah, well, and that's, I mean, just even the way you open it, like you feel the crowd get uncomfortable, but then also certain things like body language. So a lot of the stuff I talk about on stage is super intense and it's real. Yeah. And so I've learned that if I smile when I'm saying things, or if I have quick little one-liners, as far as it almost feels like the car breaks down, they're with you, and then they're like, this is fucking crazy. Yeah. It's almost like the car breaks down, it's quick, oh, change a tire, okay, and now we're back on the road. And so you're kind of feeling, I have like 6 or 7 little saving lines for that bit. Yeah. Because sometimes you never know, you'll go and people go with you the whole way and you don't need any of them, and you're like, oh, this is fucking great. But if they're so then you have to, it's like a landmine.
The problem with when you do bits like that, because I have a bit about my sister needing a kidney transplant and she's almost dying. And people love that bit. Like people come out, oh, dude, that's a great bit. Especially comics are in the industry, because we're so used to hearing jokes. We're so used to hearing set up, punch, tag, and funny stuff that when you hear something that's fucking like, what the fuck, it really sticks with people, comics and industry people. But sometimes the crowd are like, when it doesn't work in front of a crowd, it's like, fuck, you know, and it's
a real thing, reminding people of actual sad life.
It's a really scary thing. And that's why I think it's hard to, is she
waiting for a kidney?
Well, it's funny because she got the kidney. I wrote the joke a while ago. She got the kidney and she was healthy and stuff like that. And then she needs a kidney again. So it sucks for her, but I get to redo the joke again.
At least there is
a silver lining.
It's almost like having a Bush joke and then the son became the president. It's like, hey, shit, I can do these jokes again.
Monica Lewinsky's kidney's back.
That's why I'm growing my hair out and wearing sluttier skirts.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
I haven't been attacked in a while, and I gotta get passion for that bit again. I just cannot find it in me.
But I mean, okay, so that must have happened to you before comedy or during? It didn't happen.
No, it was before I ever started doing stand-up.
It was before stand-up. And you were at a friend's wedding.
Yep.
And it went down.
Oh, yeah.
And you said you were drinking and you blacked out and you blamed yourself.
And what were you wearing?
I know. That's the thing.
Now, women need.
She was wearing a
Mike,
peach.
that was the second callback Mike Cannon has ever heard. Great job. He's so delighted.
It was so fun.
He's like, how do you do that?
Yeah, it was great. Memory is like such a foreign concept to me.
Where all these little things, I have all these, and I had so many tags that the thing that you heard that's up, since there's so many other teeny tiny jokes that have been tagged up. So I feel weird responding to that with something that I know is a bit, and I should have just done it, but I feel weird doing it in front of
you don't have to feel weird about it. We get it. You're talking about it.
All right, great. Would someone give me an intro? All right, I'll be back. I'll come back in 1 minute. Ready.
Coming to the sincere story right now.
You may have seen her on the bathroom floor.
At the Radisson.
She blames herself.
It was the 4 Seasons.
Wearing a peach dress for the first half.
It was actually a sari. It was a traditional Indian wedding. So I was in
really?
a sari, which is...
It was a real sorry.
Wow, talk about...
Wow.
That was it? That was the problem?
I'm
sorry.
The joke stuff. Go ahead.
Yeah, no, I was drinking when that's the thing. People go like, do you think they roofied you? Because everyone's always trying to find.
Right.
And I blame myself, but then after people, I can remember all these little jokes come up in conversation with friends where I was crying and they're like, did somebody roofie you? And I start talking about it and I'm like, yeah, I think somebody roofied one of the 14 tequilas that I had. Like, no, I did that. That was all Wendi. But everybody else was drinking, no one else got dicks in their buttholes, I don't think.
Wow.
Wow,
and that is traditional Indian.
Yeah.
You're right. The smile thing does work because I felt uncomfortable. And then you went, dicks in the butt and you went, I went,
See? I smiled.
It does.
I'm hyper aware of that kind of shit because of what I talk about on stage.
Yeah.
Not just this, but everything. And I come off as I'm an aggressive looking person.
Yeah.
And so I have to try to be aware to soften
You think you're
myself.
aggressive looking?
I think on stage, I think I especially come off that way.
Okay.
You saw me the other night, Lauren. I was real fun.
I was crying, literally dying.
I always feel like I'm about to, not always, but a lot of times I feel like I look like I'm about to fight somebody.
She wears a suit of armor on stage usually.
Yeah.
There was a lacrosse team in the crowd, and she's like, "Get the fuck out of here!" Like,
Why?
yeah.
Oh, they were just these
They were
drunk young
drunk.
kids.
Oh, drunk assholes.
It was
You told me.
fine. It was fine.
Now, another thing too. I heard you were a sugar baby for a minute.
Yes. Oh yeah. Stavros is a buddy of mine.
Is he a sugar baby to somebody?
No.
He'd be a great sugar baby. Just a little chubby Greek kid
hilarious
that
if you
I know.
found
laughs
that
at
out
everything you say. You have to feed him. He just works on chocolate and gigs.
He's got that beautiful little dandelion hair you can pet. on the
I know
top.
his
Those
hair.
light
All the
wisps.
hair on his body looks like it's dying.
Which is tough. It's hard to do because hair is itself not alive.
You know how many computers just laughed at that joke?
I do real well with my demographic.
Now, you see, what Mike did was the opposite. He hit that joke or fact, however you want to refer to it.
I said fact.
And then he did straight face, and
Yeah.
that brought it. See,
You mean regular face?
right? If you would have smiled, we would have tricked him into thinking it was a joke.
Oh, I don't know about that. I'm not going to do your thing. Smiling is for other people.
So yeah, I mean, this is crazy to me. What? Explain to people what a sugar baby is.
Well, I don't like use the term for myself
What do
because
you-
I
what
am
do you
a
use?
rough-looking 35-year-old
Are
woman.
you 35?
but yeah.
You look good.
Oh, say it again. Look into my eyes.
You look good.
Look into my eyes.
You look good.
Now say it and smile.
You look good.
No, it's just having a sugar daddy. I had one when I was 19. It happened kind of organically. It was somebody that I was dating,
Really?
and he was older, and I was working 2 part-time jobs, and he
What were you
said,
doing for jobs?
I was working at the coffee shop in the Roosevelt Hotel, which is now some swanky club. And then I was
Love that place.
Yeah. And
I love that hotel.
I lived right on Hollywood and La Brea.
Okay, yeah, I know where it is.
And then I cocktail waitressed at the Rainbow Bar and Grill on Sunset Strip.
Okay, yeah.
And he was like, oh, I want to go out with you. And I said, well, I don't have time. I had to pick up another job to pay for rent and school. And so I don't have time to see you. And he's like, well, how much does this other job pay you? I'll just cover that. I'll just give you that money. And
Was
that
his
way-
name Jim Norton?
Yes.
That sounds very Norton-esque.
That's how I got into comedy.
There's only one guy who's a dirtbag offering to pay for women.
Wow, there's a lot more than that. There's only one guy that actually admits it. So he said he'll pay you for
Yeah.
your time?
And I thought, okay.
Really?
It makes
It's like-
sense.
I'm like,
Yeah.
that's fucking gene. That's great. I saw him like once a week.
You wanted to hang out with him.
We were already dating for like 5 months. So it was already, we liked each other. And we would go out whenever I could.
Isn't that called a marriage? Thank you.
Well, that's
Thank you,
hard to do.
Couch.
As I found out a few months after he was paying for things, I found out he was already married. So you
Right.
can't, I don't think that's shocking. Oh, come on. Like, that's shocking to anybody.
No.
What did
Hold
he's-
on.
What's
a married
shocking
person.
is he paid for your part-time job, like he covered that, but you only had to hang out once a week. That's amazing. That's good
Yeah.
for you because you made out with all that free time.
That's my dream.
I thought you would at least have to like cover the shit.
Is it
with
really your
him.
dream? No, okay. Lauren, if I
not my
offered you $500 a week to be with me
Like,
once a week.
You offer her nothing. and
How
she's
much?
here.
Wait, how much?
Well, they get paid now.
we get paid.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, I'm sorry. I just gave him a nice fat check today that hurt.
But also, you were already attracted to
check,
Bobby.
is that a-
Yeah.
It hurt. I look at that money. I'm like, okay, fucking buy an iPad with this.
Thanks, Bob.
Yeah, you got it. No problem. You deserve it. You deserve it. They're the hardest working team ever. Would you do that? Would you really do that? If a guy was gonna, did you have sex with him? There's the key.
Oh, yeah. I was already fucking him before. I liked him.
Okay, so you liked him. So it's not really a sugar daddy. It's just a nice boyfriend.
Well, that's kind of what it is. And that's the thing. And that's when in New York, and this is where you heard about with Stavros, I had one again. And
In New York?
Yeah, oh, yeah.
Okay, when was that? How old were you with that? Was it recently?
Oh, yeah. I've only been in New York for 2 years.
So it was the last. So how do you? I mean, okay. So what happens with this one? You're here,
Right.
right?
So it's one of the things where, again, I was doing comedy at night and then temping, working a day job during the day.
Okay.
And just always tired and always run down. And it's like, oh, can we go to dinner? And I was just I'm knocked down, drag out, tired all the time.
Right.
And I said, well, I have to work. And I was working at Whole Foods at the juice bar. And so he said, well, how much are you making there? I'll just give you that much money. And that way you can relax and focus on comedy stuff.
That's awesome.
And then I would seem like once a week.
Once a week, and you go out.
And
Would you go out and have dinner and mess around? Or,
well, that's the thing, and I like fucking him, but I don't. And you guys are right with the schedule, and I love fucking. It's one of my favorite things to do.
Oh, is that your next album?
I also like it.
Yeah.
It's good stuff.
I don't.
Oh yeah, it's fair. We're different.
Not my wife. No, I'm kidding. I love fucking my wife. If she'd ever fuck me again. But anyways, go ahead. What are you laughing at?
But it's like something you're gonna do anyway. And I was on and I'm out hooking
Something
up.
she was gonna do anyway.
Right.
She was gonna do it.
I'm out hooking
I'm
up.
jerking off in the shower.
Yeah.
Yeah. So you're fucking this guy anyways. You're gonna have sex. You love fucking. This guy says what?
Right. Well, it's like if someone's going to pay for it, then of course. And here's the trade, though, because New York is so expensive. Most chicks, if you're going to date somebody, you go out to dinner. If you go to a nice dinner, you get a bottle of wine, and you're going to spend $300-$400 on a date.
What the fuck? I used to take a chick coffee at the French roast, maybe fries on the side, but we're sharing those.
$200.
You get a large,
Yeah.
she gets a small.
And you're blowing me in a vestibule somewhere. I'm not going in and spending the night. All right, go ahead.
But that's a normal.
300 fucking bucks.
Yeah, we went to lunch a couple weeks ago.
This
and
guy's a million. This guy's rich.
He's very wealthy. Yeah.
Okay, let's throw that in. It's not. You're not dating another comic. It's not. Right? It's not a comedy club. It's not some poor guy spending all his spot money on your pussy every week.
No.
I love fucking you. Here's my money from the stand. So it's
Negatory. This is a wealthy person.
This is a wealthy person. This guy has money.
Yep.
He has a great job. He can. This is nothing to him.
Correct.
He just likes being with you. Where did you meet this guy? At a club?
Well, no, I met him on a website.
What is
dating
it?
website.
What's it called? I don't want a job, a dayjob.com?
Yeah.
Is it really? What is the
It's called
dating
Seeking Arrangements. I
What
talk
the
about all this shit on stage. It's
Baby, I have no idea.
It's a
who-
sugar
I
daddy
just met you
website.
8
It's a
minutes
sugar
ago.
daddy website.
A sugar daddy. There's a sugar daddy website.
There are like 7 of them.
Wait a minute. Are there what's a guy called? What does a guy get? A sugar mama? Yeah. Is there
It's called a sucker.
Is there a sugar mama website?
That's rarer.
Rarer?
Yeah, there's a lot more old dudes with money that want to fuck young ladies that will accept the money than you. If you wanted an older lady, it'd be hard.
Because I tell you, I've come into older ladies now that I'm older. I really.
Oh sure.
That's what I'm kind of into right now. Is an older. I like an older woman, a little mature.
When I was 20, I had sex with a 45-year-old.
When I was 28, I fucking had a 60-year-old jerk me off. She had arthritis.
She's just creaming her wrists.
She was just doing this. She jerked me off with her thumb and the outside of her knuckles.
And she had the Bengay on, so is that tingling? Oh, God.
What's so this is crazy to me. So you went on a website. You went to find a guy. Mm-hmm. You go on, you find this guy. Is there a photo? How do you pick him? How do you know he's right? How many guys do you go through?
Well, when I signed up for it, I was pretty hammered and I was outside of the creek and I did it as a joke. I was joking about it. And then I signed up for it as a joke, big air quotes. And then I made a little profile. I didn't seek people out. I didn't go in there and search, but you just get messages. So people find you and they message you. And a lot of people on there are full of shit, or they're like, I'll meet you in an hourly motel for $200 the afternoon. And I'm like, no thanks. Like that's no disrespect. But for me, I'm like, well, no, because I have a job. Like I had a day job.
Yeah.
But I thought I'll just.
So that's a hooker. They're looking for a hooker. They're looking for somebody who's not doing it for a living, but a regular girl who's looking for a sugar daddy to just meet me at a motel and fuck me for some money.
Right.
You weren't into that. You
No.
wanted to meet somebody that you might like.
Well, yeah, and I thought because I know that
That's
they're out there.
interesting.
I know that they're out there, and so you just have to, the guys who then you just kind of long game it. And so I got this guy, and he's great.
Just looking for the one.
I haven't said we went out.
You
to
say
dinner.
long game. So this is going to take this is a process you're going through to find a guy who is maybe into hanging with you and talking to you and taking you out and it's not like you're fucking him the first night.
No.
Right.
And this guy, he has come out to shows. Like I saw him.
Your buds.
He's paying twice.
Yeah, he's come to shows. He's been in New York.
You don't make
Comedy
him pay
Club.
for the show. You get him free tickets.
Yeah, I get him. Yeah, I
2
got
drink
him.
minimum.
Oh yeah, but we had this conversation. He was like, "Hey, can you get?" No, he's a very wealthy man,
Very
and he was
wealthy.
like, "I want to come to a show." And I said, "Great." He goes, "Can you get me a comp ticket?" And I'm like, "Sure." And then he goes, "So now, how do you make money doing comedy?" And I was like, "I'm pushing you out of the cab. Here, I'll tell you how I don't make it: giving away free tickets to the rich person I'm fucking."
How rich? Like millions?
Yeah.
Wow. It's funny because I have a friend of mine, a dear friend of mine, who hooked up with a millionaire, was fucking a millionaire. and he was, he was just fucking, and they got to the point in the relationship where she made an arrangement, and she wound up having a baby, and he paid for it. He pays for everything for her, just because he just has like $100 fucking million in the bank or whatever it is. So $200,000 or $500,000 is nothing.
I know.
Right.
It's just nothing to him to pay. Here's $100,000. I just threw it in your bank. Is like me lending you $20.
Right.
So it's like, yeah, okay. I mean, yeah.
So
I'll
he has
do it.
nothing to do with the baby. He just
No, nothing to do, but pays for it, and they would bang once in a while, and they're friends, and it's a little weird. But that happened organically. This is more like I'm going to go find a guy.
Yeah.
But you're not going. You're going to find a certain guy.
Right. Well, and the thing with this too, because with doing comedy, I'm not like what I think most of the guys on the site are looking for is a chick show up like a Barbie doll and be kind of and do the sexy girl voice, which I can kind of do, but after a while, what's great?
Do you have a sexy? Do you have like a thing that you do when you first meet them?
No, but I can't do it anymore.
Please, can you try to do it right now? Let me just be the creepy.
Come into the sexy girl voice. It's Wendy.
Hey, how you doing? I'm Gary. Nice to meet you.
Hey, I can't even do it because
Try. Come on, try.
do it.
Well, no, I would be in a different outfit.
Okay, I have the outfit in my head. Go ahead. What's up? How you doing? Welcome. To
Are you picturing me in a sari?
No, Jesus Christ.
I am.
Jesus. No, you're in a black dress right now. Your hair is done. It's actually greased back. It's all greased back.
Hi, sorry I'm late. I just got off the set of the new Robert Palmer video. How are you?
I was trying to think of his name. I couldn't think of it. So I just said greased back. So thank you for completing my thought.
My pleasure.
My pleasure.
You guys are hitting it off.
So are you still seeing this guy?
Yeah.
Really? Mm-hmm. So does he pay like a certain amount? Now, when is it? Now, here's the deal with me. Okay, I want to ask you this question.
Yeah.
You get a TV show, your comedy explodes, you're making thousands and thousands of dollars, and you become a millionaire. Are you still dating this guy?
I would still date him, absolutely.
Or would you move on? Would you be like, yeah, I really don't need you anymore, so I'm just going to go meet a regular dude and so, blah, blah, blah. Or would you go find a guy who is struggling in comedy and needs a little money and pay for him and fuck the shit out of him?
No.
You become the sugar daddy.
Yes.
the ultimate pay it forward. Yeah.
Would you dump him?
No, I would still date him because that's the other thing too is when you have, and this is weird, but I think in the future, like going down the road, in the future, if that happens, say I get this stuff and I'm successful and now I have a lot of money and you have status and things like that. So now people are coming to, and we all have friends who once you make it in show business or anything, now you have money, people are coming after you just for that. So then I would be concerned if I did date a normal guy, like a cool artist, it's like, well, are you fucking me because you like me or because you want me to pay for shit? So if I'm already with someone who's got money, it's like, well, he's not trying to take my money. And he doesn't,
Do you like this guy?
I do, a lot.
Oh, you like him a lot?
Yeah.
So this is just your fucking, this is a casual relationship.
Yeah. And we sometimes
with a millionaire.
Right. We go, I went to we went to an event, like we went to the Guggenheim. We went to some event at the Guggenheim and went to some fancy dinner. And it's cool because I can hang out. I don't,
Yeah.
I can have a conversation with his friends who are like older fancy people and I get to do fun things and he could be like, oh, this is Wendy, she's a comic. And if they Google me, if that shows up, it's not like other chick he'd meet on the website where like she's an esthetician and they Google her and it's her with the dildo and she works as a dominatrix,
Right.
which is fine. There's nothing against that. I don't have nothing against that. But
How do feminists feel about this? Like, do they care about this?
I first of all, I don't give a shit.
But do other women have a problem with this?
No, and then when I talk about it and this is the joke that I will say on stage to alleviate it, and this usually puts it in perspective for everybody.
Do you smile when you do it?
Yes.
You have a great smile.
Thank you. But no, people, and that's the question. I get that when I first started doing it because, like as a feminist, aren't you ashamed to be paid for sex? I'm going to repeat the line a second time to let it sink in with the audience. And then my response is, no, I'm not ashamed. I'm way more embarrassed about all the people I fucked for free. And people go, oh my God. And it's like, there you go. So I have no shame attached to it.
So, but nobody's ever tried to.
No, they can't. And what are you going to say to me?
I mean, women can do whatever they want with their body.
Yeah.
Right.
That's what a feminist would say.
But here's now women can do it whatever they want with their body, but is a man being why is a man a misogynist if he just wants to fuck chicks?
I mean,
you know what I mean?
I do understand the question that you're asking. Like, maybe there are definitely misogynists that want to fuck chicks, but this guy's a good dude.
Right.
She likes him.
But is it do guys get the same, do we get the same, like, you know, if you talk about there's comics that are just banging girls and having a good time or whatever, is that just a pig? Is he a pig? And if a girl does it, it's somehow empowering?
I don't think so.
I would say that it's a case-by-case distinction. Like, you can't say all guys that do a thing are one way and all girls that do a thing are one way. Like, there are pigs, and there are people that are just like, you know, open, fun, cool people who like fucking. It's
your attitude about it, you're saying?
Yes.
Yeah.
So you're thinking if I'm out just banging chicks and having fun with it, and I just love sex, and if it's the way you approach it and the way you verbalize it to other people is how they will accept it.
If you treat them as human beings, then you're a nice person.
What do you mean, how human?
Now,
no, I'm kidding.
Well, if none of it is done under like a shroud of lies, then I feel like it's perfectly fine.
If you're not
just
using
open
them
about your intentions
as a human fleshlight, then yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
Well, I mean, look, sometimes, look, I've had a lot of problems. When I was single, I had a lot of problems with girls because I liked to fuck. I liked fucking you, but at some point it's going to get to where aren't we going to go further with this? And it's like, no. And now I'm just a piece of shit.
You're not if you are honest about it.
Right.
Either that you have an open arrangement where you can do that and you find somebody else who wants to do that, or when you stop wanting to fuck somebody, you tell them you want to stop fucking them and then you stop.
Do you think it's though the way we're taught to have relationships, like having a girl who's open, which I've had, where it's just I had a girl that used to just want me to fuck her, and she called me up and be like, "Come on down and fuck me." And
that sounds good.
And
did you do it?
I did, but she was annoying, so there'd be rules.
Okay.
So I'd be like, you can't talk. I'm hungry, so you have to have food. And while
she was like your sugar daddy.
While I'm eating, yeah, kind of. While I was eating, she couldn't talk. I'd get to eat and watch TV in peace. And then I would fucking blast her. I would just, all the shit she liked, I would just fuck the shit out of her. And it was intense sex. And then she'd ask me to leave when I was done. She'd be like, all right, you can go.
Yeah, you were like a hooker. That sounds great.
She would pay for a cab. But that was actually fun. But there's other girls that were, it was fun at the beginning, but then all of a sudden it was like, are we going to be boyfriend and girlfriend? It's like, no, you're out of your fucking mind. I don't want this. And, oh, you're a piece of shit. You were using me. No, I wasn't. I wasn't using you.
Well, and you talked earlier about being polyamorous. With my guy, when we met, he was super upfront with me. The guy that I see now, and he said, look, I just want to be honest with you. I was married twice for a really long period of time.
Right.
And I'm going through a phase right now where I'm seeing like 3 other women. And I was like, great. I'm fucking 2 other people depending on which borough I'm in and how I feel. And we're friends and we all hang out. And so I was like, so on Christmas Eve, I actually left. My last spot was at New York Comedy Club. I went back to his apartment and he wanted all the girls to meet. And I'm like the main one, I guess. I don't even, so it's great. So everyone's very open. And
Congrats.
So we hung out. Thank you. It was the best.
You're the
because
Penny Lane.
I showed up. There were all these girls dressed in like little sexy Santa outfits.
Yeah.
They'd all fucked. And so I got there. He'd already come like 3 times. I was exhausted. I got to walk in. These girls grabbed my bags and he and I and the one chick brought me a plate of food. And I was like, this is amazing. I don't have to fuck anybody. I just get to hang out. He's
They didn't
like,
talk while
set?
you're eating. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
Me and you were very alike. I didn't even know that.
Yeah, it was great. And so even the guy that I
Are you worried about diseases, or are you worried about all this crazy stuff with sex that warts and chlamydia and AIDS and all this stuff? Or is he safe? Is there like a thing like you can fuck other people, but you have to be safe, and we're going to be safe?
Well, he and I used protection, and then also that was one of my first things because when he brought up the poly thing to me, because he's like, I want to try this, and so he's also trying to learn the rules because I think a lot of people when they get into it, they don't understand to be respectful of someone else's emotional space. Because even though it's like you're able to compartmentalize emotion and love and sex, and then also there's enough to share for some people. Some people can't do it, but also there's an individual. Like I have lots of friends. I have 5 really close friends.
Congrats.
Right? I love them all equally for different reasons. They all serve different needs. So why can't you have a lover like that? So it's the same setup.
Will you talk to my wife?
But no, we get.
You want her to fuck your wife?
I just want to fuck Lauren. And I like her to watch.
That was one of the things when he said that. I said, okay, great, that's fine. I'm fine with it. Then let's make sure you're getting tested. That's a big thing for me.
Yeah.
Right, you're getting tested.
I think people that are into that culture, people that are usually the safer people to be with sexually because you want to have a good time, and so it's more relaxing.
Tons of there's a lot more STI transmission like in so-called monogamous relationships because people like cheat and lie and don't get to and they're like I don't know, and then I mean it really happens. So
I don't know why there's a tree trunk going on your vagina. Your pussy looks like a fingernail on an Indian guy. What? I'm sorry, Deepu.
That's all right.
You're married, right?
I was.
Oh, you got divorced.
Oh yeah.
I'm sorry, buddy.
Oh, thank you. It was 10 years ago.
Why did you get divorced? Was it because of comedy, or you just didn't like each other? Or?
We just grew apart. Like we were like 24, 25 when we got together. So we were together a few years. That was the longest relationship I'd ever been in. She was the only person that I'd wanted to be with more than a year. Like after a year passed.
So funny that your arms do move like a robot.
Yeah. I appreciate it. I'm just it's my brand. So I'm just also landing planes as well. So but yeah, I'll try to do it completely still. Is that
no?
What's
Please.
the person? Okay.
I was kidding.
Oh no! Jokes. Got it. I'm gonna write it down. We were together, and I thought that we would. I didn't. I think that society tells you that you're supposed to find a person and then be with them for a long time. And I'd never felt like that. I'd always, you have the initial new relationship energy. It lasts 6 months. It lasts a year, and then you're like, oh, I don't want to. Like you said, you're like, I don't want to be with this person anymore. So you stop. And this is the first person that I felt, oh, after a year, maybe this is it. Maybe 1 year means I want to keep being with her. That means it's forever. And then a few years later, it's like, oh, that's not necessarily the case. You have to obviously work and build something. And then, sort of incompatibilities arose. And eventually we sort of became platonic roommates and then stopped.
Wow. Well, that's good because most people don't. They stay in it because it's a habit. And it's so hard to get out of it.
You're allowed to leave, Bobby. You can.
Most people. I mean, look, I'm happy. I'm the happiest I've ever been in my life. I love my wife, and I never thought I'd be here. I always thought I'd be a piece of shit well into my 50s and 60s, just a hunk of garbage. But something happened to me emotionally where I was like, I think I want this. I had actually a point where I was like, okay, I can let her go, or I could go forward. Everybody was like, dude, let her go. Patrice, everybody was like, let her go. Just let her go find a nice guy because she's such a good person and you do care about her. You should just let her go because you're kind of this guy. And one guy, Colin Quinn, was like, you should try. Go see a therapist. Go try to get your shit together because just try. Because in 6 months, if you're still an asshole and you haven't changed or you haven't, fine. But if you don't
try,
you'll regret it for the rest of your life.
I think it's
great. And it was the best advice I ever got because if I ever let that girl go, I would have been fucked because she is the chick I love.
You would have been fucked by a lot of hot young women.
I really do miss that.
Sorry, Bob.
The message is Patrice O'Neill doesn't know everything about women, I guess.
When he came over my house, he said, you got to pimp your bitch. I was like, oh, maybe that works in the hood.
Trying to take it in a different direction.
That's good. Yeah, a lot of people stay. If you have a kid, once you have a kid, man, now you got to stay there for the kid. A lot of people stay for the kid. Years go by.
But also it is, I think, if you're unhappy raising a kid, you got two unhappy people who hate each other. Like that's worse for the kid than happy people separate raising that kid too. So
well, yeah, because you always thought that you stayed together for the kid, and it's not that way. If you can actually raise a kid better separate because you're both happy.
Yeah, you're a good team.
When the kid's around you, he's getting love, he's getting it, but it's good energy because kids can feel that fucked up shit.
And not to mention, when you get divorced later in life, like my parents got a divorce when I was 20, so I had a very clear understanding of how they were reacting to it.
Right.
And honestly, like my dad reacted like a complete piece of shit, and it made me like kind of open to his flaws as a human being, and that fucked up our relationship for probably 10, 12 years. Like
really?
we didn't spoke off and on like at most, but just the simple fact that they kind of like, I mean, they were unhappy for a while, but then they broke up in this time where I was completely conscious of what was happening. I would have rather it had been done when I was like 10.
Yeah.
It would have been great.
Yeah, because he would have been happy. He would have found something else to make him happy, and she would have been happy. Because me and my wife, we don't scream or yell around the kid. when we're mad, he'll sense it. He'll be like, stop. And we're like, okay, Max. And it's like, we're like, all right, let's do a group hug. And I'm literally hugging my wife and I want to fucking strangle her. Literally in her ear going, you motherfucker. I swear to God, this fucking, as soon as he's out of the room, I'm going to fucking kill you. She's like, fuck you, you cocksucker. I'll stab you with a knife as soon as this little motherfucker's out of the room.
But smiling, and it makes it work.
Smile. Exactly. So, yeah, and you're married now, right?
I am, yeah. I got married in September.
You got married. Now, where did you, please tell me she's not a comic.
She's not at all. No,
No headshot?
No. She's a
Good for
fashion
you.
designer, and she owns a floral design company,
Ooh.
Buds of Brooklyn.
How long were you together before that?
I mean, we've honest to God dated on and off since we were 10 years old. We grew up next door to each other, but this time in particular, it's been 9 years, February 3rd.
That's great.
That's good. I hate when I like when comics date comics. It very rarely works out.
I couldn't imagine.
If you're with somebody, there needs to be one drama mama in the relationship, and someone has to be just regular for somebody to work. That's good.
She's an extremely tolerant person and just like kind of puts up with all of my manic.
Did you meet her at a show?
No. I met her when I was a kid. I met her on the blacktop of 5th grade recess. She was wearing a Charlotte Hornets starter jacket.
Really?
Yeah.
Did you know her all this time, or did you?
I've known her since I was a kid. I'm the reason she played varsity basketball as a freshman in high school.
Why?
Because I broke her nose like 15 times playing hard in middle school. We'd play one-on-one.
That's the least funniest thing I've ever heard in my life. Why did you break her nose?
Because I play hard. It wasn't even a bum. It's the goddamn truth of abuse.
Why did you break her fucking nose?
Because I would guard her very hard.
Why? What the fuck? Dude,
She's got to learn how to play against men if she wants to succeed against, varsity women.
When you tell this story, it's very important when you say I broke my wife's nose 15 times, like that you give this context.
What the fuck? Did you really break her nose?
Yeah, I mean, not 15, but definitely more than once.
Did it feel good?
It felt great. Oh. Yeah.
Did she cry?
Yes, of course. I mean, this is also, you guys are really focusing on the poor part of this conversation.
I've never heard anybody say.
Why'd you make this 10-year-old cry?
No, it was me, my friend Timmy, and my
Timmy hit her too?
Yes. We all three of us played.
Were you ever at a wedding?
That's why she likes you.
Exactly.
You broke her nose.
Precisely.
Were you guys at an Indian wedding around 20 years ago?
Yes.
So you've known her for a long time, and then where did it connect?
Actually, this might not make you happy, but the night that we started dating was when the Giants beat the Patriots to make them 18-1 to win that Super Bowl.
Nice.
Single-handedly, one of the greatest nights of my entire life.
Relax, it's not a fucking great night. It's a shit night.
It was an amazing night.
It was the best fucking night ever because first of all,
the best night ever was a couple weeks ago when the Patriots came back for the greatest comeback ever to beat the fucking Falcons.
That was a good quarter of football.
We should have seven if it wasn't for your fucking shit team.
Both games the Giants played against the Patriots
Hang on
were
one second.
slugfest.
Let's talk about football.
What's happening?
We were both very confused. I was going to tap Myq and go, Myq, do you want to go sit with the sex people on the couch?
Guys, I was a boy growing up, so I inputted a lot of information about sports. I understand how it all works.
Football is a sport of passion. You may not be able to compute.
Listen here. I get that people care about things that aren't important. Nothing's important. We all have it.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. Just him using the word input makes me laugh. That was funny.
Thank you. I'm a comedian.
So you're in love with this girl.
Yeah, she's great. Yeah.
How long you been married?
Since September. So I mean, it's the exact same though. It's nothing.
And you have a kid already?
We do not. No.
Oh, I thought you had a kid.
No, actually,
You have a kid?
I'm experiencing a little bit of a dick problem right now.
What does that mean?
Bobby, you have a kid.
I do have a kid. I do have a beautiful
Sorry, your
kid.
dick problem.
Yeah, no, I'm on the tail end of it. Like right now, I've had my.
What's a dick problem?
So I actually spoke to Dr. Steve about it on OB, but I.
Well, it's sarcoidosis. It's when the head of your dick actually inverts into the shaft.
It's about the head of my dick.
What is it?
Enough. So I think I haven't drank for like 50 days, but before that, I was having sex with my wife, and I was assuming I'm pretty drunk. And after we finished, I just pulled up my underwear without realizing it. And so a few minutes later, I peeled the underwear off the head of my dick, and it created a sensitive zone. And because of the cold weather and dry shit, it was like my dick kept hitting against my zipper and my fucking like underwear, and so it got infected. And then I had to spray Lamisil and wrap it with gauze for the last like 2 weeks.
And what happens now?
Right now, I'm at the tail end. It's perfectly fine, but I'm
Did it
still
smell?
wrapping it.
Did it smell?
No, not at all. No, it was just
Sounds like it
sensitive.
would smell.
It was just.
You want to smell it?
Can I smell it?
I can take the gauze off right now.
Prove it.
I'm nearby. I don't smell it.
No, he's got it wrapped up a lot.
Yeah,
fair.
no, it's perfectly fine. It just and right now it's the closest to new it's looked in a long time. So I'm just
I actually got shiny helmet syndrome.
What?
That's a thing. Yeah,
It is a thing. It's if you watch porn too, you'll see certain guys will have like a shiny helmet. It's like a red shiny helmet, and it was
Is this a sports thing again, Mike?
no, it's I was going to the gym a lot, and like I go to the gym and then come and do a spot and then go home and shower. But I got like a fungus on my cock from not showering right away at the gym, and it kind of just sitting in sweat and blah blah blah. And it takes away the thumbprint on your cock helmet. You know, your dick. If you took your dick and put it in ink and put it on a piece of paper, there's actually a thumbprint.
Everyone's
my
got a
God.
different one. Yeah.
Yeah, everybody's
So
got a
how do
different
you
one.
get into your iPhone now? You have to use the tip of your dick to punch in the code every time? What a pain.
Oh, that was bad. That was. I thought. Yeah, take that, please. I thought, but I was actually had high hopes for it because I knew there was something there, but
Yeah,
you didn't find it.
I know.
Yeah, I had to do the same type of thing. Put like a fungus cream on my cock.
the worst.
And wrap it.
Yeah,
Yeah, it's terrible. When something happens with your dick, it's fucked.
Yeah.
Because you have to take care of your dick.
And I'm insecure.
like it's an old friend.
I feel insecure. Like I haven't handled my business in the bedroom in like 2
now,
weeks.
does she know? She knows.
Of course she knows.
Does she help you? Now, is she okay with it?
I mean, she's okay with it. She's asked to see it, and I'm like, get the fuck out of the bathroom. There's
That's
no
good for
chance.
you.
Yeah, there's
Because
no
you
way.
don't want to desensitize her to that.
No, yeah.
Some people would.
Yeah.
My wife has, I remember I had oh God, I shouldn't even talk about this.
Do it.
Want me
My
to
wife's in a, what?
I was gonna say, want me to ask a question so you don't have to talk about it?
No, I had a zit on my nut.
Oh.
Exactly. I don't know how it happened, but I got a zit on my nut, and it bothered me. It would have went away after time, but I kept trying to pop it.
Oh.
And it got kind of infected. And then my wife's an esthetician. I mean, she pops zits for a living. I mean, so I was like, hey, can you look at this? Worst thing I could have ever done.
You should have said, "Can you get one of your friends to look at this?"
That would have been the best thing I've ever done. But I remember when she looked at it, she went, "Oh, baby." Oh, nah. I'm never, you know what I mean? Like,
And so, not a lot of sex since then. Is that?
no, we had a kid. You don't fuck after a kid.
But yeah, the same thing. Like if she had a yeast infection, I wouldn't want to see her strep throat pussy. Like I wouldn't want to see inside of her. That would ruin my image of her for the rest of my
Yeah,
life.
I know. That's what my point is. I fucked up. I should have just handled my business like you,
Right.
and said, "Get the fuck back." But I was at a weak moment where I thought she might be able to get a lancet and fucking help me with this fucking and get it off my nut. It
Yeah.
just bothered me.
And any type of shame or kind of embarrassment that I feel, she blames on my Irish culture because she's
What do you mean?
she's hardcore Italian. So anything that I feel weird about with dick or sex stuff in any way, like the fact that I won't show her my sensitive dick, she's
Right.
like, "You fucking Irish!" Like you're just Irish.
She talk. Is that her voice?
Yeah, she's got a super deep voice.
Well, oh man. Well, congratulations on being married. Do you love it?
Yeah, it's great. I mean,
Isn't it the best?
It is. It really. I mean, I don't know. I guess I've always been looking for. I'm better under structure. And it's not like she's providing a fucking itinerary for me to accomplish, but the simple fact that I have a little bit of a home base and that kind of foundation is certainly beneficial.
And she makes money, right?
Yeah, she does all right. Yeah.
Now, do you pay half and half?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
That's good,
Yeah.
right?
I mean, there were times when I went first full time into comedy, I was doing really well, and then a bunch of TV stuff like kind of dried up overnight. It was actually a pretty horrific.
You were an overnight failure.
I was an overnight failure. Exactly. I was looking up all this stuff and I was on a nice little trajectory that nobody was aware of. And then of course it just shut the fuck down.
Right.
And all the money stopped coming in. So there was like 2 workless years where I had no idea what I was doing. I had enough money to live, but I was in my house just smoking pot with my cats all day, like freaking out mentally. So it's at this point, I'm kind of re-emerging on the other side, at least feeling productive.
Well, it's come to think of it, when I first met my wife back in the day, she worked as an esthetician and a waitress, and she lived with her folks. She was making a lot of cash, and I remember I had nothing. I worked the minimal amount to pay my $125 rent at a shithole and pay my car insurance and my car bill and my motorcycle. And I would just go to gigs. That's all I wanted to do. And she'd be like, I didn't have money to go to dinner. I didn't have money to go anywhere. I had enough money to buy a little food to eat. And I remember when we first met, she was actually like my sugar daddy.
Yep.
Because she'd be like, you want to go to dinner? I was like, I can't afford it. She would just take me. She's like, I got it. She'd buy me food. She would come to the house with groceries. She'd take me for dinner. Any movie was on her because I didn't have it.
She'd be like, what are you going to get paid for that gig? Nothing? I'll give you that.
Yeah.
I'll pay you to not do that gig.
She was with me in a shit. When we slept, I used to have paper bags around my bed so I could hear the mice. Before they came and got me.
Holy
and I had a cat, Bomus.
You're like I Am Legend with mice traps around your bed.
You are good with manual stuff. That's great.
But it's totally switched now. I mean, now she's just home with the kid and takes my money right out of my fucking hand. I mean,
tons of shit.
She is great. Yeah. I did get a great. She actually told me the other day that I was like, "Can I go to a massage parlor?" She goes, "Go ahead." Like I broke her. Like she finally was like, "Oh yeah," because I'm not. She went, "Yeah, I'm not touching your dick. Go ahead."
You're not leaving her for a masseuse, So
no.
What's the problem?
Well, you never know.
No, maybe
how big his dick is. I'm kidding.
That does sound like it would be kind of like a relief off of your marriage, though, right? Because you have sex when you want to have sex. Now it's not a maintenance.
Look, I love getting a hand job. I love the massage. I really did, man. I think it's to go to a massage place, get a really good back rub, to get a table shower, and they scrub you down and wash you with soap, and then they take you in a room and give you a great back rub, and then roll you over and give you a hand job with hot oil.
Sounds nice.
And then they clean it up, and then they finish your.
You're not holding a cup full of your cum, yeah.
Yeah, like fucking you had me do. I love it. I thought it was the greatest release ever. I've never walked out of there and felt shitty about myself or fucked up or I manipulated somebody. But if you talk to Ashton Kutcher, it's sex trafficking.
Right.
It's these women are there against their will. I mean, it doesn't seem that way. It's not like they're scared. Well, okay, come on in. Shh, be quiet.
No.
Is that what he said? He said that about massage parlors?
Well, I mean, they can look once it's under the bubble of
Right.
Yeah. It's under. I mean, there's some places
there is exploitative stuff, and there are people that are doing it because they want to. So
I don't know. I don't think you could. I mean, these. An Asian woman seems pretty tough and pretty ballsy, and it's not like there's some guy there collecting them. It's pretty all women,
right?
And they seem like they know it. They're running the joint. I don't know. Maybe it is. I mean, I don't go anymore, anyways.
Maybe that's just.
That's good. I believe that.
When
I'm married.
did you get the green light?
2 days ago. When I was in Oklahoma. I go, I gotta get a back rub. I'm gonna go get a hand job too. She goes, go ahead. I was like, wow, what the fuck? Like, you're done, huh?
And you didn't go straight to get some farmhand chick to just rip your turnip out of the ground? That sounds fantastic. All right, I'll take it.
Hurry up.
I would have let you go with the farmhand, but then you added turnip to, and I
just like the word turnip.
We got it. Like I was in Oklahoma. It's a very dry land over there, by the way. It's not farm country. I'm going to do a little read right now. Check this out. Blue Apron is the #1 fresh ingredient and recipe delivery service in the country. Blue Apron's mission is to make incredible home cooking accessible to every jackass out there. And it is amazing. It's unbelievable. Blue Apron achieves this how? By supporting more sustainable food systems, setting the highest standards for ingredients, and building a community of home chefs. I get it. I've got it sent to my house, especially if you're trying to eat healthy. It's just a perfect way, and it's so easy because it comes in a box. The directions are there. It's all laid out. and it's great for portion control. Because when I go to the store and I buy a steaks, I'm getting fucking an extra big fat fucking steak. We cook meatballs. I'm getting 19 other meatballs. This comes with the meal you're supposed to eat and the size you're supposed to eat it. Not all ingredients created equal. Okay, fresh, high quality ingredients make a real difference. So it's important to know where your food come from. Talk about this place. Everything that comes there, all the food is, I don't know how they do it. It's amazing where we're at in the world right now, where 100 years ago, you had to go to the store, talk to a butcher, blah, blah, blah. It comes to your house and it's unbelievable meat. It's unbelievable. Everything is as fresh. I actually had the pork chop and the butter one with the bok choy, which is my favorite vegetable, by the way.
It's a good one.
Bok choy, isn't it?
I love it.
Because you know why I like it? Because the ends of it gets a little wilty, like a spinach.
Yeah.
But the heart of it stays crispy.
Yeah.
Like
Best of both worlds.
It really is. And it was fucking amazing. And it's easy on my wife too to cook. And even if you're an idiot, you're a dumb comic that doesn't want to spend $1 million a week, go there right now. You can
I'm
go.
an idiot.
Do you do it?
You can do it.
You can do it. All you have to do. This is it right now. Check out this week's menu. You go on. Just go to the website. Check out the menu, and you get your first 3 meals. That's 3 meals for free. And free shipping. You don't have to pay for shipping either. Go there. Go to blueapron.com/dude. That's it. blueapron.com/dude. And look, you feel great. It tastes great. It's incredible home cooked meals with Blue Apron. So don't wait. Go to blueapron.com/dude right now and get yourself 3 free meals, free shipping. Go now. We also make sure you sign up for the premium membership. Get the app, right?
Yeah, the
People-
Robert Kelly's You Know What Dude app on the iOS store and Google Play Store. Get the app and go premium to enjoy exclusive content.
Yes. And if you're a fan, please email me directly at ykwdproducer@riotcast.com, and we'll schedule you to come in and sit on the couch and watch an episode.
This week was a pretty fucking weird. I mean, I'm so sick of the politics.
Mm-hmm.
It was fun for a minute. It was great, and it was like, wow, this is crazy.
It was nice seeing Milo get taken down a notch.
Well, I tell you what, I don't hate Milo. I know everybody hates Milo. I don't. I think, yes, of course. This is the problem with a lot of these people. There's things about them that you're like, oh, I agree with that, and then there's things about me like, this guy is a fucking moron, and the way he does it, I agree with free speech. I agree with somebody going to colleges fighting for free speech. I agree with somebody going to these fucking colleges and saying, stop it. Stop being so fucking sensitive.
But the things that he is using his free speech for are to say that, you should be able to have sex with minors. And that's a problem.
Well, he made a okay. He made a you have the clip, right?
What was the joke?
Okay, let's hear the joke first before we judge, because this is what everybody's doing. Is everybody's hearing secondhand information and saying that's wrong, without actually going and saying, let me evaluate this myself.
Fair enough.
There's so much fake news out there right now. There's so much, and I don't mean fake news like Donald Trump is saying. He's saying, when he says fake news, you just don't like me. It's shitty news. When I say fake news, there was a guy on Tucker Carlson. I watched this video where he was a guy. He has a company that hires protesters, professional protesters. Everybody heard that this exists. Professional protesters from the DNC. They hired him to go to the Trump rallies and fuck with Trump supporters and Trump rallies. And he was on Tucker Carlson, but Tucker Carlson, who people have problem with too, right? Because he's right. Actually vetted him. Did a police level search of his background and found out the guy was full of shit, and on his show said, you're lying, your name is not this, your company doesn't exist, it's a fraud, your Facebook page was put up last week, everything about you is horse shit, and what do you have to say about that? And you saw the guy slowly tumble out of control on the show, and at the end he was like, yeah, I just want to give you credit for being the only news source to actually find out if I was bullshit, because all the other ones put them on, wrote about them in the paper as it was fact. Yeah. Now you put that out there, to a bunch of Trump supporters, and they're like, they fucking hire people to come to our fucking rallies, and you're creating this, and that's happened a lot. Fake news is a big business. They make $8,000 to $20,000 a day with a fake article. They hire real journalists to write amazing articles about fake shit that's never happened to Hillary Clinton or whatever, and people read that and they go to the page. Oh, I have to read this. Hillary Clinton fucked an alien and then murdered somebody, and you're like, oh, I gotta see that, and you click. They make money with that one click. Thousands of dollars are being made, and you read this article and you're like, oh my god, she murdered somebody and nobody's talking about it. It's fake. It doesn't exist.
But
And
at what point also does like personal accountability come into play, where people that are clicking on this shit also should probably be cross-referencing the information and not jumping to
that's so much
conclusions.
work for any like.
Yeah, I guess so. But welcome to information gathering.
I know, but it's like, dude,
if you're gonna read all.
I'm not a journalist, motherfucker. I'm just a fatty who doesn't really know big words. You know what I mean? I love stand-up comedy. I love my family. I love my friends. I love busting balls.
Yeah.
And now I have to become oh, my mint just fell.
Oh, buddy.
Oh, that's never gonna. It's never coming home.
I actually just read in the paper that your mint did not fall.
I just think it's a fucking taxing time.
Yeah.
It's like we just had 8 years of just quiet, peaceful, and now it's a nightmare.
Well, some of us did, while the rest of the country felt neglected and as if they had no voice. And, from playing in
Did you?
No, but from playing in some of the crappier places
Who
that
felt
I've played,
neglected and had no voice in the last 8 years?
We've got lots of voice here.
But who's felt that way?
I would assume people in the working class middle of the country who banked their future on a job that is no longer applicable in this society.
I know, but
if you are a coal miner in 2017 and that's what you bet your fucking future on, then sorry, you deserve to be poor because, you saw the computer as a passing trend. Is that really?
Coal is still the number one. We sell all our coal. It's huge business. We don't use it, but other countries do.
Yeah, but then why aren't they making money? Why is there?
They're not making money because a lot of the look. I don't know, but
I have a very confident voice, but I have no information, so I'm pretty sure that I'm right, and it's my show.
I was trying to give him fake news, and I feel
I really tuckered you right there.
no, I untuckered myself.
Bobby's all tuckered out.
I just think that. I don't know. I don't know the answer to it, and I don't feel like doing the research.
Right.
I feel like just living my fucking life, but now you can't because everybody's here. Let's listen to the clip. It's fucking crazy.
Put me in the loop. I swear I'm on the payroll here. All right. Well, let's start with you, Mila. Why did you single out a transgender student for ridicule during a recent speech you made on her campus? Did you do that?
Well, yes. First of all, wasn't a student. He had already left the university. And I make no apologies for protecting women and children from men who are confused about their sexual identity.
Well, I'm confused about who this is because pronouns are so important. If you call Caitlyn Jenner he, you're a bad person. So
yeah,
this
I
is
did it on purpose.
You did. So this is a man
I
who...
misgendered this person.
Right. So this is a man, born man, who wants to...
Thanks for queuing it up, Deepu.
But that's also like what this is what the audience should be doing because people are like, why does he have this platform? This bombing is like enough of a platform and enough of like
he's not bombing.
Consequence.
He's not bombing because this is Bill's audience, by the way, and Bill agrees with him. If you listen to what Bill said, he agrees with him. The pronouns. But it's like I shouldn't get in trouble if I don't want to call you a she or she. But I'm like, who gives a fuck? If you want to be called the she, I don't give a shit. If that's what you want, all right, what's up, she? But if I fuck up, don't be a cunt about it.
That's fair.
If I fuck up,
can I say?
Listen,
oh yeah,
Miss, let me finish,
please.
Let me finish.
This is the battle of the index.
Then I will answer. Yeah.
I don't want to be fucking. I don't want to be labeled a piece of shit if it takes me a minute to say. She. If I say, hey, dude, sorry, miss.
But if you do it antagonistically, you are a piece of shit.
But some
you're very different than this guy. He's like, I'm doing it on purpose. I'm being an asshole.
Well, this is why this is what he says his job is, to trigger people. He wants to trigger you because he wants you to see how ridiculous it is to get mad over somebody saying something.
And
okay,
I like that he's so self-important though that he's taking it upon himself.
But it
to be
is
this
true
beacon
though.
of-
But you say something, you go to a college and you say a joke. If one person doesn't like it because they get offended, you will never be asked back. They could shut your show down. You'll get in trouble. I got in trouble at a college once because I said one thing. And one girl didn't like it. Everybody else was fine with it. All the kids that paid to have me, that got me to the college, one girl showed up, didn't know who I was, didn't like what I said, got me, and I'll never go back there.
Right. And that's an unfair thing. But if you purposefully looked at somebody in the front row and called them, a faggot or whatever, then of course you shouldn't be asked to come back, and that's like a justifiable response. But if you accidentally, I completely understand. But again, he's doing it on
he's
purpose.
not. What he's doing is to say, relax.
Right.
It's not that big of a deal. I'm doing it on purpose. Why would you get mad if you know that I'm just an idiot? He says I'm a fucking idiot.
Why would you hire a fucking idiot? They don't have to hire an idiot.
Exactly.
Well, so I'm saying they shouldn't hire him because he's an idiot,
And I also
or an asshole.
Well,
one
he's
of them.
not. He's going to speak at these colleges.
He's
and
extremely highfalutin. He does not say.
What'd you say?
He does not think. He's like, I'm just
I know
an
what
idiot.
highfalutin
Why would
is,
you
asshole.
ever?
I was kidding.
No,
Right,
why would you ever believe me? I'm just an idiot. He doesn't present his.
I'm not saying.
information like
Look,
that
I am
at all.
not. I am not saying that he is the Jesus Christ at all. I've studied him for the last couple of months, watching a lot of the stuff he says, and I think when he gets into a position of importance, like a Bill Maher show or a real news show, I think he kind of crumbles. I think he gets a little he kind of reveals himself. But when he's at these places, and he's saying what he says, I don't agree with all of it at all. But freedom of speech, I think it is. I am glad that at least there's somebody out there screaming. The fact that they lit the college on fire and they beat people up because he was there is ridiculous.
Right.
Because now most of those people that were there were liberals protesting. And then a group came in, right?
Mm-hmm.
They came in and attached themselves to these liberal students who were just protesting and had masks and poles and mace, and they fucking did what they did.
So who knows what side
now
they're even on.
people on the right are going, look at what the liberals are doing.
Right.
The liberals didn't do shit. Most of the girls there had signs and were just saying "fuck Milo."
Right.
This group, just like, I don't think this guy's a KKK. I don't think he's an anti-Semite. I don't think he's a Jewish guy that fucks black guys. He sucks black dick. He dated a black Muslim, and he's Jewish. Yeah, he's Jewish. He's not a Nazi, but Nazis attach themselves to him because they can come, and they even have a video of a guy going, "Yeah, I'm here because I can recruit."
Yeah.
Because I have the right wing students, and I can pick off a couple.
And do you think that he has no responsibility for that? He knows that that's what's happening.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Just like the left has a responsibility when a bunch of hooded motherfuckers with pipes light a school on fire and beat people up for wanting to hear somebody, not do anything, not believe in them, not just hear them, and you get knocked the fuck out and beat up physically. You could have died. People could have died.
I'm not on board with that either.
It's not violence. Fuck. And I know some people are like, well, violence is the only. Fuck you. Violence is not the way. Protesting every day, all the stuff they're doing. I love it. I think it's great. Well, fucking yeah. But when you start hurting other people, you're done with me.
Can I say about?
No.
But I want to.
No, go ahead.
Like if somebody says to you, Bobby, I'm a woman, I was assigned male gender at birth, but I am a woman. Please refer to me as a woman. Then you're not going to be like, fuck you. I'm not going to do that.
One of my great friends is Bailey J. She's a woman, and her husband is not. Her husband is her husband. I don't go, dude, you're a fag. I don't even know what he calls himself, but I've never even assumed that he's gay. Right. It's just he's married to Bailey and they're happy. I don't give a shit. And she has an awesome cock.
And because you're a nice person. You are a nice person.
And what is that? Where did I get that?
I mean,
where did I get it?
I don't know.
Well, from my family.
Sure.
It's called values.
Okay.
It's called having values.
That's great.
And it's called raising kids in the right way. That's what we should be focusing on. The next generation of children who are seeing this fucking shit on TV, seeing people hate other people, whether it's the left or the right, for whatever the fuck. Hate is not good. Violence is not good. Name calling and screaming and yelling is not good. Peaceful fucking protest and love and happiness and trying to understand each other is the only way the fuck out of it. Not to sound too fucking, Javi Krishna and, Gandhi. Gandhi on you, but
that's why
I don't like it.
That's why I think it should be showcased, because it does give you a perfect, tangible example of what morally bankrupt people look like.
Right.
So it's something that you could actually raise your kid on, of what not to be, how not to approach people that are completely different from you, because he looks down at his nose, at all trans people, and it's.
He looks down at fat people.
Yeah,
he thinks fat people are fucking awful.
And I get.
And I'm a fat person, so I'm like, but I don't. Here's the thing: it doesn't bother me because I don't give a shit what he says.
Oh, yeah, but
I don't know why.
There are
bothers
people,
you.
There are people who have been like beaten up and attacked and had like verbal and physical abuse thrown at them, bandied about like with anti-trans, anti-gay language, and that. I mean, I'm not saying that every person who's upset at a thing that a comedian says is triggered. Like triggering and like trauma is a real thing. There are people who have PTSD. There are people who have experienced things like that, and he is saying things that are potentially like damage. I'm not saying that's. I think that free speech is good.
Listen, speech should not damage you.
But there are some people.
Speech should not damage you. Okay, it
but
should
if
not.
He's doing it. I want to just because he made the comment that he's trying to trigger people.
Yeah.
And when I was talking about,
I made that comment.
Oh, did you say that?
I think I did.
Well,
I don't want you to have fake news.
Print it. Write that down, Lauren. They're small words, but write them down.
It was right after the mint didn't fall out.
I can't spell any of this.
But this was even when I was working out all the rape stuff. I swear to God, I would have people get up and walk out of the room, and I had girls yell at me.
Yeah.
Because I would talking about it, and they're like, I was raped, or you used the word embarrassed, and that's not a strong. And I would have people scream at me.
Exactly.
Like, okay. And so then I'm like, okay, and I would say victim, and they're like, we don't like victim, we like survivor. So I'm like, okay. So what I did to an extent. But it's like, but then you have to, at that point, then I have to make a decision. Like, okay, do I want to keep talking about this? And then I've got these words that I need to make the jokes work and to make this effective. But then also I want to be respectful to people in the room. But there's an interesting thing as far as triggering people, because you don't want to try to be a cunt to people, but you also don't want to completely compromise everything.
Yeah, don't you want to be
feel?
more respectful to your own vision before you kind of adhere to what other people want you to sound like?
You're also a nice person. It's like, were you in that episode, the poker scene on Louis?
No.
You should have been. But in that scene, you've seen it. That was
it was a great scene.
And I feel like the whole point of that is like what we're talking about, where Louis is asking a gay person, like, do you mind if I use this gay slur in my and the guy, Rick Crumb's like, I don't mind because I know you and I know your heart and I know you don't mean it hatefully, but there will be potentially people in the audience that don't necessarily know that, don't know where you're coming from, might have had experiences where they have been, like hurt by that word in ways, and also hurt by people using that word physically, and that can be damaging and fearful and scary. And that's just, he's like, I just think that you should know that. Like, so know that you're allowed to say whatever you want, and it might have these unintended effects on people.
I think you're right. I think you should be able to choose, though. And if you do choose that, I don't think your fucking life should be taken away.
No,
I don't think you should. I don't think people should say we don't like this, therefore people shouldn't say it ever again. If you want to say it, go ahead. I don't think that people should use. You can protest, you can say this and that, but if somebody wants to show up and see me do a bunch of dick jokes and a bunch of fucking stupid shit, go ahead. But you shouldn't be able to say no. That is not allowed at this place.
But you also own your own company. If somebody else was working for a bigger Viacom,
but why is it okay for Lisa Lampanelli to call somebody a faggot in the front row, and it's not okay for Tracy Morgan?
A gay man.
Jesus Christ! But what? No, seriously, I'm not asking because I think I love Lisa Lampanelli. I think I do. When I first saw her, I was like, "What the fuck?" But then I was like, I think I understand what she's doing.
Well,
okay?
but I think the Tracy Morgan thing didn't that. And again, this could be real fake news that I heard down the pipeline. But when Lisa Lampanelli, if she's on stage and she calls someone a faggot, she doesn't follow it up with "I'm gonna murder you." Like she doesn't go, "Hey faggot, if you were my son, I would murder you."
Right.
I think that was the.
But okay, is Tracy really going to murder his son?
No.
Do you think Tracy?
I don't believe that he would.
I think the answer is Lisa is funnier than Tracy.
Well,
at least in that moment.
Well, but how do you get to funny? How do you know what I mean? How do you know? Like I've said stuff that if somebody recorded and took it out of context and threw it up like before a show was about to air on the TV,
Right.
I'd be fucked. But it's like that's not fair.
Well, and Tracy wasn't doing
Right.
fucking Jim Gaffigan's act before he got to that line.
Right. I mean, we all know what he does.
We all know, like, when I heard Tracy Morgan said that, I was like, oh, I can see that would upset people. But if you're gonna say like, what's the difference? That's the difference. I think is like contextually the rest of the sentence. And I don't think anyone thinks he's literally.
It's like,
gonna
but
do
here's
that.
the thing: is like it's gonna be a point where we're gonna have to do a certain style of comedy inside of these parameters, and that's it. Because if you go out of there, a group or something will fucking come after
Yeah,
you.
but that group doesn't have to see you. There's always going to be a niche market.
Yeah,
of
but that
people
doesn't exist
especially
anymore.
It does because you have
Nope.
this.
Hang on one
You've already
second.
cut that
Hang on.
out.
It does not, because anybody at any time can take a fucking video of me anywhere and throw it on their feed, and millions of people that I never wanted to come see me, that aren't fans of me, that don't know what I do, they don't know where I came from, they don't know the context of the joke or how we came to that point in the show. Just go, this guy's a piece of shit. He's a whatever.
Well, then they'll continue not seeing.
But once it's out there, it's out there. That's what I am.
I mean,
that's on the internet. You can't just say, "Hey guys, we made a mistake. We went and did the research, and he's not," and they take it all back. It's always fucking there.
Can I tell you, Bobby? I mean, number one, Tracy Morgan seems like he's doing fine. I mean, we know
Well,
this
he had to
one,
get hit by a fucking truck
but not,
to
that's
do it.
not.
the fuck?
But the point is, like,
All right, let's forget about that whole joke thing, Tracy. You've suffered enough.
That's all you got to do. If you ever get boycotted, then you just go get into a horrible accident and you'll be fine. But sincerely,
Almost got discount murdered, but
I really think that you are an honest, kind, open person. Maybe, of course, as your job, as a comedian, as your art, as your passion, you say things that could be taken out of context and viewed as quote unquote horrible or offensive by some people. But that's not what's happening.
Right.
People aren't doing that. I mean, you are, like, the more famous you get, like Tracy was on an NBC show.
Yeah.
People knew him. So there's tons of people going to see him who don't know what they're like. Oh, I love Tracy Jordan on that show that he's on. And they're like, what? A horrible thing. And so it's like this
Morgan.
weird. Yeah. No, Tracy Jordan was his name on 30 Rock.
Sorry.
Yeah. And so people go to thinking he's the guy
I was
on
so
the show.
happy I got to correct him.
Oh, yeah.
And this
said that was
computer
such a-
got me.
you said it was such a busted energy.
I saw you licking your lips over there. I was like,
but the point is, like, obviously the more famous you get, then the more people who might not
Yeah.
like you. But the point is, like, by that point, he is that famous.
Right.
He is that successful. So if you get to that point, you'll either be that much and you won't have to give a shit about it. But also, you will. Most of your fans are people who understand that you're a truth teller, that you are yourself. You're speaking like from the heart. You're trying to learn. You're being this person. Like, and I think the thing you were just saying, like, what if this happens? Like, I don't think that's a fear. Like, you're living in. I don't know if you're living in that fear a lot.
I just don't. Well, look, I don't play college. Well, comics don't do colleges anymore because it's too offended. You used to be able to just go to a college, and if someone didn't like it, whoever it was, the girls, guys would just get up and leave or wouldn't go. Now you can't even go to a fucking college because we don't want anybody to be fucked up at all. That's not what college should be about. People should be able to decide, I want to go see this comic. I saw him, he's a little edgy, or somebody. You should understand that it's an art form. We're trying to make you laugh through fucking tragic shit or fucking race or whatever, and we should be heard. And we shouldn't have somebody going, well, I think it's offensive, and so nobody gets it. That's not fair, and that's what's happening.
Right.
I still do perform at colleges fairly frequently. I mean, I'm not
because
like
you're you.
I appreciate. I mean,
No, but you're clean. You're very funny.
I appreciate it.
You're very funny, and you're not really that offensive.
I mean, I actually did do a college, like an orientation show this year, and I asked, is there anything that you don't want us to talk about, any language or restrictions? And they said, can you stay away from like religious or political stuff?
Right.
And I was like, I mean, I don't really generally, like, I do have some stuff about religion, but it's about how, and just be kind to people. Like, that was my main gist was like, and I mentioned Jesus. He's a guy who like, he likes being kind to people. And afterwards, I'm like, that's like the main point of like some of my jokes. And they afterwards told me that there was a problem, and I was like, what? And that was weird to me.
What was the problem?
That I was talking about religion and they'd asked me not to. And I'm like, but that surely that couldn't have been. I didn't know that that's what they meant.
That's exactly what I'm talking about.
But I don't give a shit. I don't care about going back to that college.
Yeah,
like,
but you should not be able to not go back there because I bet it was one person or two people out of whatever, how many hundreds of people that were enjoying everything you said, and you brought up that one thing and it didn't even affect them because one person heard fuck you, deal with it, grow the fuck up. It's a fucking joke. Suck it up, you fucking asshole. You're in your 20s. You're not a fucking 10-year-old. Grow the fuck up. Deal with your emotions and know that it's not fact. Funny is not fact. It's not real. He's not there. You're not giving a speech. You're fucking there to make people laugh, and you made most of them laugh, except a couple or one person. Then fuck you.
It felt like you were yelling at me the whole time.
Sorry, buddy. Is that why you got hard?
Oh yeah, I appreciate
the unblinking eye contact. Can
I say just one more thing about it?
Sure.
Like, I heard that like Lewis Black went and did like a NACA showcase once, you know, like to get booked at a ton of colleges.
Yep.
And the thing that he did, and he came out and he said like fuck you, fuck this.
Yeah.
He's like, this is what I'm gonna do when I come to your school. So if you book me, just know who I am. And so like that's I think what matters for like whenever anybody does a comedy show, people who come out to see you.
Doesn't matter.
Yeah.
I did the same thing.
Yeah.
I did an upper whatever, and I told my agent, I go, I'm not being clean, and I'm not changing anything. I'm going to go and just do my act. Whoever books me, because that's the college that wants me. I got 49 out of 50 colleges, but still, when I got there, they were like, can you not? And I was like, I put it in my contract. You have no right to tell me what to say or do in my act. It's all up to me. And I would have a copy of my contract with me, and I go, did you sign this? Then you read that, right? I know, and I was like, are you motherfuckers?
So what do you think that is, though? Everybody seems,
because
at every level, seems like
people don't want to get their feelings hurt.
Well, and I think everybody also, they're afraid of getting something taken away from them. So their job, they're booking you. They're afraid that one person is going to make a noise so that their job gets taken away. So is that a weird control system?
Nobody wants to get in trouble.
Right.
Nobody wants to get in trouble.
One of my favorite bits of yours from years ago was about how you got your feelings hurt, and then you're just like, that was like a brand new, beautiful thing that you're like, I can tell people that they hurt my feelings.
Yeah, yeah. Well, that's my therapist thing. Because I get angry. I go, fuck, and he was like, you should tell people you hurt your feelings. And I was like, well, I'm not a fag.
Whenever you go to a college from now on, if they tell you, can you please not say things, you're like, no, that would hurt my feelings.
Yeah, and I guarantee, and it would work in the reverse. You know, because it did work on my wife. Because I did go, you know what, you hurt my feelings. I was going to get angry and punch a fridge, and I went, you hurt me. And she was like, I'm sorry. I didn't mean to hurt you.
That's a great lesson, for real.
And she was, I was like, well, you make me feel sad. And she was like, I don't want to make you feel sad, baby. I messed up. I apologize. I go, well, it reminds me when I was a kid. And she was like, all right, fag, I get it. Relax. Who the fuck? No.
She's not hired at the college anyway.
Play this clip. We're going to wrap up the show real quick because we have another show coming in.
We're forwarding here to Larry Wilmore retorting to Milo.
Oh, wait, but where's the pedophilia part?
You want to go back to that?
I just want to hear the pedophilia line.
Okay.
What made him a pedophile supporter?
I'm so close to climaxing. Just get to the good part.
See, someone would say you're making fun of pedophilia. that you know what I mean? You think pedophilia is funny?
Are you sure you're talking
No,
about?
I'm saying
No, I'm kidding.
I don't think it's funny. I think it's arousing.
But
it's a turn on. I don't think it's funny. I think it's sexy as shit.
But that's what he did, I think, and people are taking it out of context because he's not a stand-up, but he is a comic. He considers him. He really does. He considers himself a comedian.
Well, now we got to check to see if he smiles when he says it or not. That's the key.
Who thinks that he might be a girl.
Okay.
And
you have a problem with that?
No, I don't have a problem with it, but I think that women and girls should be practed from having men who are confused about their sexual identities in their bathrooms. That's not unreasonable. That person who was an activist who took their own university to court to force his way into the female locker rooms had already left college by the time I gave that speech. And that was totally misreported by the press, just like they misreport everything else.
Jack, where do you stand on weirdos' penis?
Well, it sounds like fake news.
Did you just call transgender people weirdos?
Just to fuck with him.
That's really rude.
I think you two are doing a great job.
It's funny. That's a funny line.
Super funny.
It's just timing. Yeah. You shouldn't say it. He said it. It made everybody laugh, which is you can't get more left than his audience, you know? And the joke he said about pedophilia, I think he got molested by priests. I don't think we have it.
I don't think it's in this clip.
Okay, it's not in this clip. I'll tell you what it was. I'm pretty sure this is it. At least they taught me how to give great blowjobs now. I know like it was basically I know how to suck dick really good now because of the priests in my life.
Oh, there was more. There was a lot more. I saw quotes from him that said that there are relationships that develop between teenage boys who are gay and older men, and that's okay. That was the thing that he was saying. That
wasn't on this show, right? That was previously.
I don't remember. Yeah. I read it in an article about it.
Yeah. Well, listen, it's sad because I hate. There's nothing. I am very patriotic. I cry when they do when they sing the Star Spangled Banner. I cry at baseball games when everybody's sitting there at just a human race together to enjoy like a game. Or I love, I love the Olympics. Because it's the world getting together to kind of do something. We're all kind of in the same. I get like that, and I hate that it's just, especially in this country, we're just fucking torn apart right now. And there's people that pedophilia. If you think pedophilia is funny, I fucking hate it. I have a son. I think it's funny. I don't like Jim, his Uncle Paul guy. I get it, dude, but don't do it at my house because I don't want it. I understand it, and it's a sad thing when it happens, I mean, I know a lot of friends, that have been molested. I mean, I've been molested in a way, certain, I think we've all had situations like that, and it's a fucked up thing. But it goes back to kids. I think we got to, protect our children and raise them right, to have good values. And does it start with a fucking, a 45-year-old housewife? I don't think she's going to change that much. Does it start with a 50-year-old fucking construction worker that loves guns? I don't think he's going to change that much. I don't think you're going to change their mind. Once you're what you are, what you are. But the kids we can fucking help. And certainly college students are fucking still pliable. So, anyways, all right, I gotta piss so bad, and the fans love when I make it really, fucking. I really want. I don't want to talk about it anymore. It's just so fucking. It's like every day Trump and protests and this fucking. We're fucked. I wish Obama was just still in there. So I wish he could have done like 20 years. So I don't have to fucking think about politics, man. God, did I love just not thinking about this shit for 8 years. Even with Bush for 8 years, I didn't really think about it except for the war.
Yeah, he seems so reasonable in comparison.
Bunch of wars and people dying and whatever. Terrorism. Yeah, terrorism. Remember terrorism was
man, that was so nice.
Remember when terrorism?
Then it was just the one group of bad guys, and now everybody's a bad guy for a different reason.
All right, speaking of pedophilia, where are you going to be?
Oh God, New York. When does this come out? I don't know.
This Sunday night.
Sunday night.
Yeah.
What day is it? I had a long weekend. I don't know. Just follow me on Twitter at Wendi Starling. I'm in New York Comedy Club a bunch.
Is that your real name?
Yeah.
That's a great last name.
Thank you.
Thanks for coming on.
Thanks for having me. It was super fun.
Yeah, you're very interesting and very. I'm glad I got to hear your story about that stuff because I always wonder about that stuff about sex and I grew up Irish Catholic, so sex is. Always been some weird thing for me, but I've always been a sexual motherfucker, and I like when people are I like to fuck. It makes me happy, when people are like I like to suck a dick. I love fucking dudes you don't think are gay, and they're just like I like dick, like Zach. Remember Zach? What's his name? Zach Amico. He's like I fuck dudes sometimes.
I love Zach.
It's like dude, what the fuck? It just makes me so happy when people don't give a fuck what I think, you know.
I like getting fucked and I like getting money. So, hey.
Yeah. This should be the name of your album.
Get fuck, get money.
Yeah.
Get fuck, get money.
Well, the name would be Fuck You, Pay Me. But
Fuck You, Pay Me.
Thank
That's
you.
a good one.
Nobody take that. Thanks.
That's the name of the episode. Just kidding.
The B-side is called Sari. So go to your website. What's your website again?
WendyStarling.com.
WendyStarling.com. All right, great. What do you got, brother?
I just have a new album come out this weekend. It's about how I don't want children, and it's called No Kidding. And it's a clever name because I'm a comedian. And
clever.
Yeah, I'm pretty great. So yeah, that's on my website, on a Special Thing Records website, or iTunes, or wherever you can get albums wherever. No Kidding. And I also have a special on Netflix people can watch called Small, Dork, and Handsome. And I'll be in the next coming months in Michigan, I think in Detroit, in like Indiana and Illinois, and a few places on my website.
You're killing it, man. It's good for you.
I appreciate it.
It's good to see you, man. I haven't seen you in a while.
You as well, man. Thanks so much for having me.
Yeah, you got it. Anytime.
I appreciate it.
What about you, Cannon?
Listen to my 2 podcasts. I've
what are you, Luis Gomez?
Yeah, I know. Well,
I got 17 podcasts. They all have 38 listeners.
I had one, and it spawned into two because one of our co-hosts believed in the flat Earth too much, so we had to get the fuck.
Really?
Yeah, just
not
real
flat.
No, yeah. Yeah,
he
for
thinks
sure.
the world's flat.
Yeah, amongst other things. He doesn't think the Twin Towers got hit by planes. It was direct energy weapons with a hologram of a plane.
Oh, that's true.
Everyone was true.
That is true.
Yeah.
Show him the video.
But over a round Earth.
Yes. And also the Boston bombing was the most impressive one take in Hollywood history. So,
oh God.
Whatever. So
wow, I want to meet this guy. Why wasn't he on? Who is that? Who is this fucking
Dave
lunatic?
Weiss. He no longer does press, oddly enough, because
Really?
it started hurting his business. So check
What's
him out.
his business?
Solar.
He does believe in a round sun.
So listen to my two podcasts.
You are fast as lightning, you little motherfucker.
Irish Goodbye podcast with Mike Feeney, and then Mike and Tim Visit Earth, which is a spin-off of my last one. And then I got a bunch of dates in March. I'm at Uncle Vinny's 1st and 2nd, headlining Mohegan Sun Comics the 9th, and then St. Patty's Day weekend headlining Brokerage in Long Island.
Love Brokerage.
Yeah.
I'm doing comics too. I love it at Mohegan Sun.
Yeah.
So much better than when it was at
I haven't
Fox
been there
Works.
yet. I'm excited.
It's so much better.
Nice.
And they control the room a little better too. Yeah, back then they had the leather couch in the front row.
That was brutal.
Ugh, just a VIP. Who puts a VIP couch? Who wants to watch comedy in a couch? They're lying down. Entitled cunts in the front row lying down.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that makes sense.
They should have served them grapes over their shoulder.
You put him in the fucking. Oh my!
I love
God.
every casino story. I love it so much. These fucking cunts.
I actually, the ones I've been playing are fucking great, and it's only one night. The Oklahoma gig was awesome.
Nice.
So, all right, man. Well, thanks for
having
coming on.
me.
Yeah, it's good to have you back on. And thanks for the fleshlight. Do you want it back?
I would love it back, to be honest.
I'm going to make it a pen holder. Guys, thanks for coming on. Did you have fun?
Yeah, we had a lot of fun.
You're good, man. Good. Hi, sweetie. How you doing? Your wife is so cute. Is that good to say? Can I say that?
Oh, it's totally fine.
Really? You guys swingers?
Those are the same question.
All right, Deepu, what do you got?
They can follow me at R2Deepu and Geeks in New York podcast, Go to Hell podcast. And March 7th, I'll be at Greenwich Village Comedy Club doing a little spot there, so that should be fun.
Great.
And that's it for me. Thank you, Bob.
You got it, brother. Thank you. What do you got?
Just at Lauren Cabrera. Hit
That's
me
it.
up, yo.
All right. You got no shows? Are there your shows?
March 22nd, stand up in New York.
I got to fucking drag it out of you. You have one. You have one. They have 19 things. They go, blah, 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 blah. I go, what? And you,
March 22nd, stand
all right, anyways, what do I got?
Bobby's dates. Follow him at Robert Kelly everywhere, right?
Is that fucking... Are you all right?
Yeah, I'm good. March 2nd, 3rd, and 4th, Bobby will be at Comedy Club on State in Madison, Wisconsin.
Awesome.
Love it.
That place is great.
Love it.
On the 31st, he will be at Bananas in Harrisburg Heights, New Jersey.
One of my favorite fucking clubs.
Oh,
I do so good in Jersey. Jersey people are my people. I never thought I'd say that. I don't know if that's a good thing, but they are. I love
Of
them.
course it is.
He'll be there April 1st as well.
Jersey trash.
On April 6th,
Yes.
7th, and 8th, he will be at Comics Mohegan Sun in Uncasville, Connecticut.
Uncasville. Yep, go ahead.
And 27th, 28th, and 29th, he will be at Acme Comedy Company in Minneapolis.
And where else? Where? I'm in San Fran, right?
I don't see anything San Fran listed.
Oh,
I see New Orleans in May 5th.
March. Go back to March, please.
Yeah.
Go back to March. Where's March?
Right here.
Yeah, I'm fucking my wife. Motherfucker. I'm in San Francisco.
She really hurt your feelings.
I'm in San Francisco. Shit. And I'm in the South by Southwest Festival. Hang on. Somebody talk.
The Comedy Festival in San Francisco, Sketchfest. Is that the one you're doing?
No, I'm
that's
not doing.
over,
I'm doing.
yeah.
I'm actually doing Cobb's.
Cobb's is great.
I'm doing Cobb's in San Fran on.
Exciting to watch a comic get mad remembering bookings.
He wants people to come to his shows.
God damn it! I can't.
I understand, Bobby.
Thank you. I did. You know,
His
what bugs
love
me?
comes out as anger.
What
He loves so much.
keep going.
It's not kids listening. He's mad at adults. He's happy for kids. He's like, kids, if you're listening, stop. I got to yell at your parents.
I fucking can't stand you. Keep going.
I love kids so much. Son of a bitch, when you grow up, I'm going to say what the fuck I want into your fucking ears. But I hope that your ears are good when you're little. Oh, your cute little ears. They deserve so much.
Okay.
Oh, to see how long you could go. This is great.
Oh boy, my child, when they turn 18, I'm going to unleash everything that I was holding in the whole time. God, I'm making you the best person that you ever can, and then you can withstand my onslaught of rage. Finally, you'll know your true father.
That's the goal, just to raise like a worthy competitor to fight to the death.
Yeah.
I'm giving you as much love to hopefully be able to withstand and combat my fear and hatred.
Can't stand you. All right, listen. I'm at fucking San Francisco. It'll be on my website. Shit. Oh, I'm sweating. I believe it's March, the first week in March. I'm at Cobb's Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. And right from there, I go to South by Southwest that week, doing a great show for Laugh Button. We're doing a live YKWD from South by Southwest. It's going to be a blast, so please check out my website. I will have those dates up tonight. No, I'm very happy. And become a premium member of the show. All you guys who are becoming a premium member, I can't thank you enough. I hope you're enjoying it, but you're supporting us, and you're also, I got 2 new shows that are going up. This one with Myq Kaplan, like I said, and I got one with Stavros we did that's going up, a one-on-one, and I'm going to try to get some, I think I'm going to try to get some Colin Quinn, see if he can come on and do a one-on-one. Other than that, I hope you have a great week. I'm going to Aruba. Next week, we have a guest host.
We do.
We have a guest show.
2.
And it's what?
Do you want to let it know?
Yeah, please.
All right. So we're doing a little Black History Month. We got Brandon Collins and Mike Brown coming in and co-hosting, taking over YKWD. So
with all black guests.
All black guests.
Next week is an all black YKWD.
Yes.
Except for Lauren and Deepu. But Deepu's kind of black.
Kind of.
Yeah. So
we'll
there
see
you
how
go.
that goes. It's gonna be great.
Yeah. Next week's gonna be awesome.
The fuck in. Sorry, I was aggressive.
Was this a morning zoo show? Tune the fuck in. You're not the last person to speak on this.
I didn't want to.
You know what, dude? Thanks for listening.